Toivoan Trainwreck. We've got a couple people who are fixing some technical issues and will be on in just a moment. A couple things before we do get started. If you know someone who wants to play any Gmerit games, send them my way. I'd love to talk to them about either getting into the waitlist for a campaign slot or getting into one of my one-shots. And we are going to be announcing some more one-shots coming up very soon, likely tomorrow, first over at Patreon, and then subsequently in the Discord. So look for those announcements. We also have that Patreon over at patreon.com/GMEric. We do art reveals and sneak peeks and art early announcements, etc. over there at Patreon. So check those out. We also have the GM tip videos, archives, and podcasts over on YouTube. And if you have not followed me on YouTube, do so. It does help me out a ton. We're at nearly 3,000 subscribers, which is really cool. We also have the clip contest going on. So if there's a moment from the session you like, toss a clip or timestamp into the clip contest channel in Discord. You'll be automatically entered to win a prize at the end of the month. But let's go ahead and get you guys started because it's time for you guys to play some D&D. We got lots and lots and lots to cover today after last week. You guys are adventuring in the lands of Toivoa. After a lengthy campaign, you managed to go down here to Srona and to Akita specifically, and last week managed to defeat the dragon Sageos, who had been spreading frenzy throughout the world in a bid to cause political upheaval and manipulation. After having escaped the maelstrom that was caused by his combat, you teleported to the city of Nausea at the northern tip of Reston, where you came to recover and reset. After arriving here, you puked out a whole bunch of gold, Ruzid, on the docks, and collected the items that you were able to gather before fleeing Sageos' crumbling lair. You managed to set Bryn up in the magnificent mansion, and Sason went off to get a hotel room. After taking a long rest, you wake up the next morning. What would you guys like to do?
So we took our long rest outside of the mansion?
Yes.
I think we went to a spa?
Yep.
Because we locked ourselves out by accident?
That's correct.
Well, that's nice.
What I miss?
You guys
Nothing.
have just gotten done with your long rest.
Nice.
Oh, thank goodness I had 18 hit points.
Go ahead and hit the long rest button if you've not yet already. And go ahead and confirm that for the first time in quite a while.
Ray. So,
Well, hold on. When everybody wakes up, Coin's going to clap 5 times to wake everybody up, and he's gonna say, "Everybody, just another congratulations. If my race were here to see this, they would be very proud. And you will all gain temp HP equal to Coin's level plus the modifier of the ability." So I need to get the exact number, but 19.
charisma, I think, right?
I can choose charisma or wisdom. I think I choose
Ooh.
wisdom since I have a +4, so 19. So 23 temp HP. I don't know if it'll matter for this long rest, but for the future, Coin can give 23.
23 temporary hit points.
May as well throw it on. You never know.
Early morning shoutouts, that's our inspiration.
Well, yeah, you're not feeling inspired. I could take them back if you want.
I'm so inspired. I feel like we accomplished something great and are prepared to accomplish even more now.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Clapping for me.
That's verbatim from your mouth. That's what I am taking away.
After you've been granted inspiration.
I know. Because I got woken up by a grung.
Oshin, you have also been granted inspiration.
Thank you.
Now, have we been informed when the consortium will return back to Nausea?
No?
Or is that unknown?
I'm not even sure that they got off the island.
We should
It was
probably,
meant
like,
to
don't even know.
explode, right?
we should contact them, right?
Should
I
we
want to do
find
this
like, the
grind
other
thing to make
half
sure
of our
the island
party?
isn't like a bunch of ocean now.
Good idea. Oshin, you were saying?
Where like Bryn and Sison?
Coin looks around. Good question.
Bryn's in the Magnificent Mansion still.
Yeah, I just don't know where
Hmm.
we are in relation to that.
Oh, the
Real
entrance to the
nice spa that
Magnificent.
we found.
The entrance to the mansion is
Yeah.
in the corn cobs
Correct.
hut.
In the corn cop stand.
Okay, gotcha. I couldn't remember where it was.
Yes, sir. Ooh, someone got good portents.
Oh, I forget I get to do that.
Coin will
we need to
update-
do some
I'm
stuff
gonna do
today,
something
actually.
so good with that nat 20 on a skill check.
Thank you, Oshin, for your portents.
Oh, that's great.
Wow,
for you.
Bryn. Damn.
I'm gonna use that on a skill check as well.
same skill check.
We
Huh?
are absolutely gonna conquer today. Like whatever we're doing, it's gonna let's go do it. Like let's get an early start. Let's eat breakfast and walk at the same time.
I'll use my
Why
skill
can't we just
check on
sit down
that.
for like a nice breakfast though?
Eric,
we've
would
been,
Coin-
we've been walking constantly, marching on, doing all sorts of different things just because it's the Gayos, and I guess why don't we just like enjoy a moment just for
Should we invite Bryn and Sason?
Yeah. I mean, unless
Okay.
we're like, I guess we could be in a rush to check out the island before, like, I don't know, everyone drowns in the ocean because it's underwater now. I mean, shouldn't we find that out first, I guess, before we do any celebration or
I mean,
chillaxing?
I think one of them have to be the one to contact. I could try, but I don't really have like message or scrying or anything.
Yes, the hat, maybe, right?
How about
No.
corn cobs for breakfast, and we'll just sit outside the mansion waiting for someone to show up.
Yeah. Good with me. I got to work on this spicy recipe, anyways.
Oh, so as you guys
Spicy corn cob breakfast?
Sounds pretty good.
as you guys have your corny breakfast, there's gonna be a knock at the door.
Which one?
The door to the corn cob stand.
Gotcha.
Are
Not
we
the mansion.
inside?
We're not
or are
open
we-
yet.
You hear the knocking again.
I
Freaking
feel like if it was
solicitor.
anybody important, they would have just came in.
That's what I'm saying.
Like Rafinas wouldn't knock.
Yeah, but I don't want him banging up my
Are
front
we
door.
counting her as important too?
Coin's gonna
Well, I meant
cast.
important as in like have any abilities to get around a locked door.
Coin's gonna cast thaumaturgy to make the front door just swing open. And he
Okay.
goes, "What do you want?"
Standing at the front door, there is an orange or red-skinned tiefling with an eye patch. He looks hungry, and he's holding a poster in his right hand.
And the poster says,
Can you read it from this angle, considering it's facing him?
Coin gestures to spin it around.
I'll
a
have
clockwise
my
hand.
mage hand bring him a couple gold and then shut the door.
Okay. All right. Sweet.
Who was that though?
Wait, who
I
was
don't-
that?
I don't know.
Wait,
They
who
just
closed the
looked like
door?
they needed money.
I,
It looked
I
like
haven't
he
started
needed orange.
advertising yet. Well, I guess I have, but I haven't started like really advertising.
Wait, wasn't that a potential customer?
We gave
Or maybe
him
they wanted
money.
to work here.
Like,
Well,
it's
yeah, but
the
well,
worst
I didn't
customer
do
we've ever
that.
had.
Who cast Mage Hand?
I don't even have like a shelf to fill out yet. What am I gonna sell this guy?
Oshin just doesn't know how
Promises.
customers work.
I thought he looked like he needed money. I
You
didn't
will
think
not
that he
be-
looked like he was going to spend it.
You will not be running the cash register, just for the record.
You're
Do
just
you know
gonna
if I
how
go
throw
many
through
your
corn
hand out?
cobs you could get for 2 gold?
Gonna sell out our whole
No.
stock.
I've
Never heard of
thought
feed a
that.
man to fish, Oshin?
Don't we get to eat for free if we know coin?
I wouldn't go that
Coin
far.
takes it out of our paycheck before we ever get it.
Yeah. I mean, it's free in that sense, like, you know, but we didn't. Yeah.
You don't have to think about the money you're spending. on it.
Exactly. That part. If we didn't know that many money was spent, then was it really spent?
Can I
Exactly.
lean against the window and see if that tiefling's still out there?
You look out the window, and the tiefling is there looking at the poster and examining the building.
What's he doing with the money we just gave him?
It's
I
in
say
his
we.
in his coin pouch already.
Not particularly bothered by it.
He's going to come
You
to the
still see
window
him
and look
there.
inside, and he is face to face with you. But because Coin manages to put these shutters and blinds up, at the moment he can't see you.
Is he still there?
I
Tati?
mean, is he handsome?
Yeah, actually, he's fairly attractive. But, you know, he's got scars in all the right places to add to his attractiveness. He's got that
He's got, like,
swarthy
a
look.
picture. He's got some stories.
Indeed.
Well, now it looks like you have to talk to him, Toddy.
But just like on the slide, while Coin's still talking to whoever he's talking to. Like, can I don't know, can I leap, ease the window?
You want to open the
Came
window?
back.
Okay.
I just, hi, I'm Tati.
Apparently, you
Hello?
have startled him into silence.
With the grung.
Am I with? Yes. I mean, not all of them, but certainly this one.
Really a grode?
The touchy subject.
Are you looking for Coin?
The manner of
Wait, you're one of those
speaking.
assassins from the flower people? We don't want you.
Oh, don't yell out the window. No, if you're looking for corn on the cob, it's not available just yet.
Not
But it's
product
probably
ready.
gonna be really good.
If you want to be a taste tester, sign up for the mailing list like everybody else.
You get any golden spoons yet for that?
No, surprisingly.
Oh.
Did anybody ask him if he has a warrant?
Do you have a
Why
warrant?
would he need a warrant?
Wait, what?
Oh wait, did we get framed for something again? Hey, what
Oh.
are you holding?
Does this woman look familiar to you? It says any around the poster,
He turns the poster around.
and it is
Yeah. Go ahead. Or do you want me to do it?
you go ahead.
The poster is a evil, fiendish woman with long horns and long flowing black hair, fire in her eyes, dressed in a pirate's outfit with a serrated saber, and she's dressed in all blue. She has long fangs that drip blood and claws that are 6 inches long. It says wanted 200,000 gold.
100,000.
I mean, that is obviously fascinating, but that does not sound like a description of someone I'm familiar with. So the question is, can Coin infer who this person is, or is there a name?
Beneath
Certainly
this
no one.
Beneath this dastardly picture, it says Saphira, Queen of the Pirates. Wanted dead or
It's just-
alive.
Oh, I
The picture
genuinely
doesn't
did not
really
even
match.
clock that.
Like, I gotta tell you, the picture doesn't really match what
been a
she
while
looked
since I've
like
seen
the
her.
last time I saw her.
Also,
Yeah, I
your
kinda got
bounty's
used to the red.
outdated, I think. Well, unless did they add a new bounty?
Okay, so to
Yeah,
be clear, we have seen
Can I reach
this.
through the window and try to get a grip on this wanted poster?
Hermanos, would you allow this person to take your poster from you?
You can take it.
I just want to look at it a little more closely. Does it say who posted this bounty?
Yes, it says that it was from the Cervantes family, specifically Don Ricardo Cervantes of Bourbon.
Yeah, that bounty's
A
void.
date on this?
That bounty.
Your information's pretty outdated here,
The
but
date
we
on this-
have seen him.
The date on this bounty is about a year and a half old.
Yep.
I gotta tell you, this bounty has already been collected. Actually,
Yeah, sorry to break it to you, buddy.
It's a good thing I'm not after the bounty.
oh, Like,
Oh.
that's a great thing then.
Wait,
Oh,
you
are you
are
looking
an
at like a-
assassin.
Are you looking for like an autograph? Because if so, I have bad news.
I bet we could do an autograph.
Well, I mean, I can do an autograph to be clear. I just figured the name, the face sake that you're looking for.
Are we
If
gonna
you
keep
close
talking
your
through the
eyes
window?
for about,
I'm gonna walk over.
do you want to invite him in?
I think just open
Rude.
the window. Just crack it, actually.
Weren't you the one that set them packing?
You didn't see that?
Well, we didn't know that they knew Saphira.
Yeah.
Do you know Saphira?
We go back a ways.
Did you guys sail together? Did she give you one of those scars? Did she take your eye?
Yes, no, no. From the
Wow.
certain perspective, the second question could be yes.
I gotta say, we've sailed together, and I've got a couple scrapes that honestly could be considered her handiwork. I always think of this one on my arm every time I see it. I got it when I was launched off a ship accidentally. To be fair, I was on the edge of it, but she was steering, so there's that.
I have
You let her
questions.
steer.
Yeah, a lot of times actually.
And you're alive.
Absolutely. Yep.
More or less, yeah. Now I got questions for you, which is one, what is your name? And two, are you here on like a vengeance tour, grudge, intrigue, IOU,
Assassination attempt?
fill in the blank,
Could still be autograph.
autograph? And since you're the first asking, I'll even give you a discount.
I don't think
She
you can charge
here.
for autographs that aren't yours.
He doesn't know that.
I have been working really hard at everyone's handwriting.
It's a great price.
I came because I saw these posters and assumed she got herself into even more trouble than usual.
Well, you're
I might say it came to
You're right.
check up on her.
well, your
Married to
instinct
her?
was correct.
She did get herself into trouble. I mean, more trouble than usual.
Well, before we fill you in exactly, I'd still like to know your name.
Come
Sure, I
in, sit
trust you
down.
Completely.
You may call me Urmenos.
Armenos?
Hi, Hermanos.
Okay.
I'm gonna scoot over so he has a seat.
Coin's gonna reach his hand. I'm assuming you're still outside, so Coin's gonna reach his hand outside the window, through the open window to shake your hand.
We'll
Shake
shake your
that
hand.
Coin, you will get triggered for the con save. Coin will physician's touch after, 6
You
seconds too
queasy.
long.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, go ahead and come in, because you have you have some catching up to do.
Are you
Actually-
related to Saphira by chance?
No. I cannot imagine one who is one of those people who claim to be related to her seeking her for any reason.
It's fair. I was just intrigued as to why you'd be interested in her well-being.
Now, I don't want to be that guy. No offense, but a zone of truth right now could be beneficial for the sake of me as a person and not a character knowing your true intentions.
Well, my suspicion levels are at like a 7 out of 10, maybe 8 right now. Like, this is really suspicious.
Suspicious.
What do you mean?
I think it's
People
great.
send assassins after us all the goddamn time. There's always someone
Yeah.
trying to pull a trick on us.
If
Yeah,
I
no
were
Well,
an
that's like
assassin,
hardly
I have-
surprising.
I
And
have knocked at their door.
I mean, maybe actually. If you knew we were gonna open it. But come in, come in. And I think it's great that Saphira's legend has spread so far that people are actually seeking her out with, you know, curiosity and wanting to hear for her story.
We don't know that.
Well, he said it, kind of.
Okay, well, and I take everything everyone says at face value.
There we go. Do you actually want to try some corn? We have some, I mean, there is some here.
Yeah, it's spicy.
Okay.
To be clear, it's spicy because I've piled fire ants on top of it, but I think it's pretty good.
Wait, there's fire ants in this?
Yeah.
When
Yeah,
Bryn
we-
wakes up, we might actually get some real breakfast, too.
Hey, that's why
Well,
it's so crunchy, huh?
Told you it was spicy.
Suppose I've had worse.
Coin will hand you a corn cob covered in fire ants
For breakfast.
for breakfast.
Are they dead or are they
alive?
living?
You column A, column B.
Gok is
Enough
best
to
served
sting your
live.
tongue.
It's an upcharge.
It's called a texture palette, for the record.
Mm.
Some of them are
And
charred,
it's-
crispy. Some of them are fresh. So it's it's juicy and it's crispy.
And it's like a game because you have to catch some of them.
Yeah, yeah.
While you guys are talking to him, if you were interested in casting Zone of Truth, I don't think Size and Tyranny is the only one that knows how to do it.
Well, why don't you send him a message?
I don't know how.
Oh.
I can just go look.
Well,
for
I
him.
bet. Did he tell
Did he
us
say
what?
where he was going?
Yeah. I didn't hear him say.
We need to
Yeah.
like discern that this person truly knows Saphira by asking a question only someone who knows Saphira could answer. Hey, what is Saphira's favorite color?
Just gives you a look.
I'm waiting. Quite so seriously.
We all heard this answer before when we had to double check that no one was an imposter.
Sapphire blue.
That's too easy.
All
Such an
right.
easy question. She's literally dressed in that color in the wanted photo.
It's the first of 12 questions. All right, I gotta start easy.
12?
Where do you think her name came from?
Well, what's her favorite shade of green?
Okay, that's not helpful.
That's
Well, hold on,
rude.
hold on. Let's see his answer.
Green of the sea. Followed by the green of the sea sick.
I would have
What
said
about mine?
seafoam, but I guess that counts.
What about my
I
green
didn't know the
color? Where
right
does that
answer.
fall?
So
Like the green spots that are all over me.
I don't
What's
know
her
if that,
go-to move when she needs to intimidate everybody as a group?
draw a cutlass and speak menacingly.
That's true, but if she has a crew with her,
I have a question. How does
Without
how
this difference.
it does actually. There's a secret nod.
I'll forgive you for not knowing that one.
It's a secret.
Why don't you ask him about the trolley problem?
Well, that's question
What are you
12.
gonna
Hold on.
ask?
We're on
You're
like
gonna ask
4.
what? You're gonna ask what Saphira would answer to the trolley problem?
No, that's 11.
Kidding
No.
me?
Just hold on.
Yeah.
Okay. So, how does Saphira contribute from the back line of a fight?
The back line. He would never stay in the back line.
Point turns to his
He would,
party.
he would run up to where the action is.
Coin nods.
Good answer.
And we all draw weapons, or just me.
Sarah drop weapons in the knock.
Coin unnods. Counter nods.
Got it.
Counter nod.
I love the callback to something that happened 6 months ago, or actually closer to a year ago now. Gosh.
Counter nod.
I genuinely forget it sometimes. All right. That was question 5. I'm gonna be real. I only had about 5. But so far so good. Anyone else?
I'm gonna go check on Bryn and make sure he didn't, die in her
I
sleep.
don't. Can we?
Oh,
even
we're
be in
still
there?
locked out.
Yeah, we're still locked out.
That's-
We need Dyson. to
That's
help
why I
us.
was gonna go look for Sison.
Man, this sucks.
You keep
Oh,
questioning him. I'll be
didn't
back.
somebody have like a skywrite spell?
Yeah.
What are you gonna write in the
Sison.
sky? I love you, Sison. You're my
It
number
was
one.
Sizen that had it.
Sizen, come home.
I'm just gonna walk out and go look for him.
Okay.
Maybe we should tell
the.
the city guards that there's a lost child.
Oh, come on.
They might get him.
I would say at this point you can kind of time skip past Coin asking 7 arbitrary.
Oh, I
Saphira
love
questions.
these arbitrary questions.
I don't like you
don't like-
insinuating that I should continue. I feel like I'm getting railroaded by the DM into my own bid.
Damn, you've been trapped.
Oshin, when you went outside, you look up at the sky and it says, "Don't forget to tip Brad. Aimer would want you to."
Yeah, I'm just gonna ignore that. It's been a long 6 months. I'm assuming that Amber wrote that.
Actually, no, but he did commission it being written. Out of character, he gave the wand to Ronaldus Basil with a list of things Ronaldus Basil is supposed to write in the sky every single day.
That sounds accurate.
Oh.
Uh,
He's making money, I guess.
I'm just going to, when I go outside, get on my carpet of flying and fly around in the sky until Sison sees me. I feel like that's the best way of looking for him.
Okay. Unconventional, but just
I gotta
doable.
warn you, his head is going to camouflage with the grass, so watch out how high you go.
You are going to get a lot of looky-loos as you are flying over the town, sir.
All right.
So, we're going to pan the camera. Oh, go ahead. Anything else?
Oh, no, that's it. I was just going to say that's it.
Okay. So, we're going to pan the camera to Sison, who has gotten a wonderful night's sleep.
The calmest things have been, I mean, A, for the past few weeks, but B, probably since I've known this group. I do have the bag of holding with me, so in the morning, just, nothing's going on, everything's chill. I told the group I'd be back in 24 hours, so surely they're not doing anything stupid.
Yes,
so
stop calling me Shirley.
I walked around till I could find a spot that had some nice like breakfast pastries.
Sure.
That's cafe-looking place. I propped up out there. I'm having like a coffee and a pastry. I put Saphira in the seat opposite of me because I've got the bag of holding. She's wearing the waterproof hat, holding a newspaper with Salty's old sunglasses on, and I'm just enjoying the morning.
Understood. As Sason goes on a date with someone who would accept.
Damn! Wow, real harsh.
No, sorry. All right, Bryn, you wake up inside the magnificent mansion as Sason is having breakfast in town.
Alrighty.
What would
Just
you do
Bryn.
in the morning, Bryn, alone in a magnificent mansion?
Well, Bryn would probably be a little curious at first that nobody else is there, but then also would realize he has really no way of telling how much time has passed. So like he probably just overslept and the group let him sleep in, which was really nice. So Bryn would probably spend at least a half an hour, probably longer, just staying in bed and doing nothing. But eventually he would get up and I guess when we made the Magnificent Mansion, is it still in the configuration of like one tiny room with manacles in the corners?
No.
Or did it?
No.
No, I had bedrooms and such. It's like it's a fallen mansion right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Bryn is probably going to try and get something to eat.
Okay.
He knows that the mansion comes with spirit staff who
Yep.
will like prepare food. So Bryn will look for some kind of dining room and politely ask for breakfast.
All of the servants here will provide you with as big of a breakfast as you would like.
Amazing. Bryn is going to spend at least another hour just tucking in to
Bryn,
everything.
you are
they bring
having
in.
a meal to yourself.
Works for me. Not just
As
I'm
you're
just tired and
eating,
hungry.
over to the side, you see a Scrooge McDuck level pile of gold.
Boring. Don't eat it.
Understood.
We got plenty of gold.
All right.
Was that? Oh, that was all the gold. That was the treasure that Ruzit
Gotta be
spit
clear.
out.
That is our
That's
goal.
right. It's not going anywhere. We'll worry about the treasure later. Maybe
Probably
after.
a little gross as well.
Oh yeah.
Maybe after the treasure, we can look into it and just start like digging through it and looking for magic items. The rest of the party has already, I think, identified them.
Correct.
But Bryn doesn't know that because he was asleep.
Right.
So, yeah, Bryn's gonna look after his immediate needs first,
Sweet.
and then we'll worry about where the party went.
So then we are going to pan the camera back into the corn stand.
Okay,
Boy,
could I?
Yes, sir.
Eric, are you okay with me describing what has happened in
Sure.
the last like
Absolutely.
Okay.
What has happened?
Armenos is either sitting or holding a piece of paper given by Coin. It says questions 6 through 10. List Saphira's 5 favorite weapons by name in descending order of most favorite to least. He's been given a writing utensil and a piece of paper to list out 5. Which he may or may not be capable of.
Like, he won't know about her coolest weapons, her newest ones.
Maybe not, but I'm curious what her old weapons were named.
No, Armenos,
Do
do you
the
have
priorities
the answer to
of this
these?
shipment.
Yeah, I haven't put you on the spot, right?
Might as well think about that for a moment.
Also known as pulling up his notes.
Yes.
I mean, even if we don't know the names, if they're vaguely sound like Saphira weapon names, that's good
Yeah.
enough for me.
Cool.
Yeah, He would answer Mundi, Liahana, Lorthine, Nylena, and Coruscant.
Knew they were all going to be named after girls.
Yeah, that's
sounds like
Sapira.
what the name's to me.
Some things never change. All right. I'll skip over 11 because you're already pretty convincing, but I'm going to give you 12. All right? So, you see a wagon in the woods. It's at a split in the road. You're on the wagon, and it's going to hit 5 pedestrians and kill them. You can intervene and go to the other side and hit 1 pedestrian, but then you're responsible for that 1 death. Do you do it? What do you do?
Which road do I need to be going down?
Doesn't matter. It's like they converge later.
I mean, it matters to him.
Okay, well you're going to the central wall.
Wait, what is that?
Which road
How does
is
that
the central
demystify
wall?
what road to choose?
I don't know. You asked the question.
You gave a shitty answer.
I'm sorry. Is there a correct answer for this hypothetical
That's
Well,
location?
the guy asked
Is
about
he-
what road is the way, is like which road is the path to his destination. You said he's going to some place.
Okay,
Like, how is
okay,
that
okay.
helpful?
The left
Is
one
it
with the
his
5
fault the
people is to
cart-
the. The left one with the 5 people is to the central wall, which is where you're attempting to go. The right one is going to somewhere else. Where do you
the
go?
left one.
I mean, you could have asked what if they're going to the same place, but I'm surprised you didn't come to that conclusion.
They should. Pedestrians should simply get out of the way.
Okay, let's
Also,
read.
if he's driving the cart. Isn't it his fault no matter who he runs over?
Well, I'd be the horse is kind of responsible.
Not to mention the cart maker.
Wait, so when Saphira crashes a ship into the wall, it's the ocean's fault?
Well, okay.
And who made these roads so narrow anyway?
It's
We should really
actually
talk to
their
that
fault.
guy.
Yeah.
Well, it was a big problem with the local governance, but they didn't have the funds to actually widen the road, and there were actually some problems with the local landowners refusing to get. It doesn't matter. Okay, so you would run over 5 people. Noted. Which not actually surprising for one of Saphira's old buddies. Now that I guess that really doesn't answer much.
I've
But
done
okay.
worse.
Coin looks around at everybody. Seems sufficient, right?
I think this guy knows Saphira.
Okay, we've asked you enough. I think you, at the very least, can ask your 3 questions.
Free.
Wait, why is it 3?
See if he negotiates
wait.
out.
What are you, a
Reason it's
genie?
open negotiations. Shh. Don't mess up Coin's thing.
Start low.
What are your names?
I already told you mine. Also, I
Hi,
think that
I'm
counts as
Tati.
multiple questions, but good.
I asked one.
So now we're already trying to game the system. Typical Coin.
Tell him your name.
Oh, but my name's Ruzi. Yeah.
Not with us is Fred Sazin, Bryn, O'Sheen, and, well, Zafira.
Where is she?
With Sazin, technically.
That depends on your definition.
Well,
I can give you a very literal answer, or I'm not a fae. She's in a bag of holding because she basically got her soul trapped somewhere. So she's currently taking a very long nap.
She's in a magical stasis until her soul is reclaimed.
some might say the nap is permanent.
It's not going to be permanent. Nothing is
Oh, we'll
actually
make sure
permanent
it's
in this
not
world
permanent.
anyway.
But like, until we solve the problem. How about that?
Saphira is currently decommissioned.
We weren't kidding about her being in more trouble than usual.
Oh,
It's
this
not really
actually
more than
wasn't the trouble
usual.
I was thinking of. Like, this seems like the average amount, actually. Previously, it was more than usual, and around the time that you saw this wanted poster, and maybe a little bit after, was more than usual.
Yeah, if anything, her being okay is kind of the more than usual kind of state.
She's gonna be okay. Are you worried?
I usually am for her.
There a
Good,
particular
practice then.
reason to like? I know you seem to be friends. Just good friendship. Maybe. I feel like if you were in a deeper relationship, we probably would have figured that out.
Like a sister to me.
Sister. Huh. Were you raised together?
No. But we were crewmates.
Well, you
I was
still have
there
one
when she
more.
was a waitress in Ryport, stealing her first sapphire.
I don't know.
Ah, you go back.
It's... Wait a minute. She started in Ryport?
Yes.
I mean, I guess we technically kind of knew that because Cervantes.
That's where I met her.
Well,
not from there.
that is fantastic. I'm so happy to meet you.
Romanos, you
Also-
still have one more question.
I do.
We all lean in eagerly. Or just one of us does.
No, Ruzu does too.
I was not aware of any expiration date on this question.
Oh.
That wasn't in the fine print. You are correct.
Cliffhangers, though. That's...
I mean, you can throw it on ice if you want.
You're just gonna leave us like this? Come on.
For saving it for an opportune moment.
Alright, well, then you can ask me as many questions as you want.
Yeah, you can ask me as many questions as you want to.
Right?
Coin shakes his head, indicating to not ask him questions. Well, I'll tell you one thing. We are
I-
a little preoccupied with trying to return Saphira to not where she's at now. And if you have any ideas, we're all ears.
Where did you come from? Like, are you new to the city? I mean, obviously you've been here before, but I mean, for you to have this poster, were you traveling?
Travels across the world. Went a while in Cordrag Gruel. Interesting place.
You went to Court Agul?
Cordrag Gruel. Have you been to Western Corlin?
Very... Hold on. No. That's Eastern Gorlon.
It would not be my recommendation.
My experience there was adventurous also. Well,
Nevertheless,
Yeah, I don't want to rush your corn cob or anything, but we do have a tipping policy.
Tipping policy?
we're not even open yet.
What do you mean?
I'm collecting data.
Okay.
Might as well hand back the 2 gold that he was given earlier.
That's a really high tip for corn cob.
Touche.
Is this setting the expectation now, Coin? You're gonna expect that everyone who enters is gonna tip 2 gold?
Coin flips gold into his mouth. I mean, if they'll pay.
What are you gonna write? Are you gonna write in big words on the menu? We don't pay our employees anything. Please
Hey,
tip as much as possible.
I'm
In
not
fact, they're
a
all in
monster.
debt.
I'm not a monster. There is not a minimum on the tip, all right? I have standards.
No maximum though.
Well, obviously. I'm thinking like reward points for like the more you tip, the more like the better service you get.
Sounds like some sort of scheme.
Yeah, and if you don't pay well, you get really bad service, and that'll make people want to tip more,
But wouldn't you
so they get
tip,
better service.
wouldn't you tip after the service is already done? So like
Not once the word of mouth gets around that a bad tip gets spit in your food.
I've heard that some people
well, what,
really
the
like
next
bad
time
service.
they show up, what if people just show up and then tip shittily and never come back?
Well, we won't talk about them.
I've just gamed your system and it took me 5 seconds.
Got yourself on the blacklist. That's what you did.
Why am I on the blacklist? I'm an employee.
Well, you didn't tip well.
Screw you.
Coin takes notes.
Oh, man. Cool. About this time, Saison, you'd be done with your lunch, with your breakfast, with the super engaging conversationalist that is Saphira.
Hey, it's once again the best breakfast I've had in so long. On the other hand, it's also too quiet now, and now I'm concerned.
Yeah, Saphira hasn't said anything in a couple hours.
No, that I'm pretty okay with.
So rude.
Listen, I'll pack her back up. I guess that's how that works.
In the public, you're going to pack her back up.
You know, let's face it, everyone's been
Public,
watching
he
this whole time
unpacked
anyway.
her.
Exactly.
So, please explain to me how this process works, because I'm very curious as to how you're going to finagle this.
You see, so I'm like laying her down, propping her against the table, and I have the bag of holding. I'm just kind of like lifting up her feet to put in there, and then just try to like swoop up and like in one big swoop pull her in.
All right, please roll your
sound
sleight
like
of
the
hand.
creepiest necromancer in the city.
Right, this
That's
looks
so
like you are
loud.
abducting someone. This
It
actively looks
completely
like.
does.
Let's roll your sleight of hand check to not be
And
noticed
he's-
doing this.
He's not thinking about it at all.
God dang.
We're gonna be locked out of the mansion forever. He's gonna get arrested.
Guards are being called. The blue cloaks are coming. The blue cloaks are coming. What do you want to
God.
Leo
do?
Sheen would see a rocket.
I'm not gonna cause any issues. I'll just talk to him. It's fine.
This is my friend's body that I took out on a date.
He could swear he hears the Pharaoh saying, "What's the worst that could happen?"
She would have wanted some air. She wouldn't want to be cooped up in the bag the whole time.
If anybody's listening to this on Twitch and they feel inclined to like sketch Saison with a flaming skull for a head, stuffing Saphira in the bag of holding while the
I'm
guards
also made of metal.
are being called, yeah, that would be really cool. Just if you wanted to. Do
Yeah, absolutely. I love this. All right, so Ronaldus Basil shows up. Excuse me, sir. I seem to have observed you attempting to abduct a woman.
You know, when you put it that way, completely reasonable, but that's how that comes across.
You are under
But I can
arrest.
promise you. Hey, whoa.
Please
Hold on.
place your arms at your sides, behind your back, please. Thank you.
Hey, let's just talk about this real quick. I'm not causing any issues or anything. If
You
you'll
have
notice,
attempted to
pull it back
abduct a
out.
woman. He's reaching for the bag of holding to take it from you.
Let me just pull her out. I'll show you, no issues. I will open up the bag of holding, moving very slowly, not causing any issues. I
Sure.
will pull her out. Listen,
Her head
you've met
lolls to the
before many
side.
times. Yep. Yeah, don't worry. You can check on her. She is in a state of stasis, which I can tell you why that's happened. Listen, we've met before. You know me. You know Saphira. I'm pretty sure you guys have met a few
I
times.
have met this individual before. We've arrested her the first day she spent here in town.
Yeah, no, she gets into a lot of trouble. Like a lot. It's bad.
Please roll a persuasion check to get on his good side, Sason.
That's so valid. I will be using my divine power, my channel divinity, to gain what is it? Plus 10, plus 5, plus 5 to this.
Okay.
A
20.
Yeah, the plus 5. It's plus 11 to that. So.
Okay. So a 26. He looks at you. So, please, you understand how this looks.
Oh, you know, I once again didn't think about it. So, okay, let's start from the beginning. I'm not going anywhere, I'm not causing any shenanigans, don't worry about it. Did you hear about the huge raid on Skaeus?
I did.
Yeah, that's where I just came from. I was part of the main group going in there fighting him. Saphira, also part of that group, part of our adventuring group. She generally drives the ship, sometimes into walls. I'll get into that.
So where is the rest of your party? It seems like you may have abandoned them.
I did leave them back in our Corp Cob stand inside of our mansion. They should be totally fine, probably not getting into any trouble. I just had to take this, I'll pull out the Dragon Orb, away from one of the other members because it's cursed and was trying to make him do some questionable things. I don't know what exactly. So I wanted to pull it away from him to make sure that he wasn't actually being possessed by this long term, so I break that off. And yeah, just kind of figured I'd grab maybe a coffee or something.
So let me rephrase this. So what you're telling me is you have abandoned your party at a corncob stand in order to get a quiet breakfast with the desolified person of a pirate princess while carrying a cursed artifact, which is a dragon orb.
Once again, it sounded really, really bad when you put it that way, but that was only partially correct. I temporarily left the group to stop them from being cursed. And Saphira was in the bag of holding. Trust me, nothing's going on. Listen, if I was doing anything creepy or weird, would I come out here and just like have a coffee and pull her out so she gets some fresh air? That seems like just a basic mistake.
It does, but I have seen dumber.
That also fair that I can't actually argue that because I've seen dumber
Specifically
too, so.
from her, to be a matter of fact.
No, me too. Listen, if you want to go back, we can go back and talk with the group. They'll vouch for everything I'm saying. Did I mention we killed Skaeus? We did just come back from that, so I'm kind of exhausted why I might not have been, thinking the straightest, but...
Interesting. Well, congratulations on slaying of a dragon. I remember my first one as well. It's been so long. As a young man of 9 years old, I wandered into the forest and found the fell beast. And he's going to go on and on and on and on.
I'm conflicted between interrupting and saying that's not the same thing at all, but also on the other hand, he's not arresting me, so I guess I just let it go.
Okay. This is the longest police interaction that you're not comfortable with.
I'm just going to sit back down and order another coffee subtly while he's doing this.
He sits down and we'll join you.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah. Oh.
Asheen, you saw this commotion as the crowd around the cafe saw Sason trying to abduct Saphira.
I would like to clarify. I was not looking for Sason.
Oh, you were
I
waiting for
assumed as
Sason to
responsible-
see you. Understood.
Yeah, as
so
a
you're not even
responsible
looking.
party member, I thought he would see me causing issues in this.
Valid. Very well. So you're not even looking for him. Great.
No, I'm just having fun.
You're having fun, having a wonderful day in the sky. Excellent.
Yeah,
Just-
just flying through to
minotaur
mess up the
on a
clouds that are riding up there.
Awesome. For a while, you will be joined by two seagulls who try to pace you on your flying carpet before they get bored.
Blowing away these clouds is like the weirdest form of vandalism.
It is, right? All right. So, Sason, you are going to be stuck here for another hour talking to Ronaldus Basil, or listening to. before he gets bored with you and decides that he has forgotten the fact that you tried to abduct a woman, and will get up and tell you to have a good day before leaving.
He left me with the bill, didn't he?
Of course.
Yeah.
Why?
Not surprised. It's his vibe.
All right.
Now here's the thing. I did promise everyone I was going to come back in 24 hours because I want to break this attunement to Bryn. So I guess I should
it's
see
only
if I
been
see
like 12?
Oshin at this point. Yeah, it's only been like 12 at this point. I guess I should see if I see Oshin.
Sure. Roll your passive perception to watch him at 1,000 feet.
Yeah, no, that's a 12. Oh no, passive perception. So that's an 18.
Okay. Yeah, you see him.
Well, that could be Oshin up there, I guess.
It's a big
Looks
minotaur
like-
on a flying carpet.
Yeah, okay, that's
Just
definitely
having
Oshin.
fun.
As far as I'm concerned, yeah. He's up there messing with the clouds. That sounds exactly like what he'd do for fun. I assume everyone's just taking a chill day. I could go shopping and such. We haven't gone over the treasure yet. I'm just gonna go back to the hotel room and spend a few hours straightening up my armor, trying to fix any dents and such I can, buffing out this bunch of ooze that got on it during the big Sageos fight. Just really getting my stuff together, taking a very easy day. If I have a book somewhere, maybe I'll pick up a book on the way back, do some reading. Just keep it real simple.
Cool. All right. What kind of book would you choose?
All right.
Like if
Here's
Sason
the
was
thing.
to choose a book for pleasure reading, what kind of book would he choose?
So if he was going to choose a book for just general pleasure reading, that's one thing. But here's the thing. He currently is going to be completely alone, which he's not normally with a bunch of people not there. And he's heard them talk about this fantastic Tales book so many times. He's so curious. He's going to pick up a copy and go back with that.
Understood. So as you take the unconscious form of Saphira in a bag of holding, you
He's already
go,
forgotten she's in there. Again.
right, I understand. You go and purchase a copy of Exotic Tales and How to Use Them, volume what? What letter?
How many are there?
26?
Please. Don't do the one with tieflings. Please don't do the one with tieflings.
I'm really hoping I don't too. I'm really hoping.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M. Got it. So you got an L. So Lamias, Lizardkin, etc.
Leonin.
Leonin absolutely would need to
Leonin.
be in there. There
He
you
gets
go.
one chapter in and gets way embarrassed and then throws it out.
Oh, he gets one chapter in and then gets embarrassed?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. But did he read the preface?
No, he skipped that.
He skipped the preface and just opened it up and it's like, oh dear.
Yeah, he got just a little ways. He was like, no, all right, I can't do this.
All right. So you throw it out the window?
Yep, don't even look.
All right. Love it. At some point in the future, in another campaign, someone's going to come across this book.
I can't wait. I'm so glad.
I can't believe you threw smut into the road where the children are.
Yeah, come on. I could have given that to a party member.
All right. So Sason has disposed of his pleasure reading. Emphasis on, never mind. Thank you for giggling at that one. Sason, now that you have no entertainment, less, what would you like to do?
Yeah, I guess I'll just go for a walk around the city, but I'm specifically trying to stay away from the corn cob stand until 24 hours have passed. So, yeah,
We are not staying in the corn cob stand.
that's so fair, and I wouldn't expect it of you, even though I would hope it.
Yep. So, as you guys are in the corn cob stand, we're going to rejoin you guys. Oh, I'm sorry. We forgot to go back to our friend Bryn. Bryn, you're in the Magnificent Mansion.
Yes.
You've had your breakfast?
Yeah. Well, I should probably look after my stuff. Just check on my check on all my equipment, make sure that it takes stock of my things, see that everything's in order. Let's see, I've got the gem flower that's on my lapel. Your brain goes back to where his bed was because he had to take off all of his equipment in his backpack because he can't even carry it because his strength score is 3 for the next week. So, gonna look at his breastplate. There's probably a dent in that. Might need to get that hammered out at some point. We've got this unstable mana potion that we've never used. Probably want to put a warning label on that. Let's look at my attunement slots. We've got the walking stick. We've got the gem flower. We've got the dragon orb. I think we've got the dragon orb. Where the fuck is my dragon orb? Bryn's going to cast sending, and
Just
he knows
echoing
that
it empty.
he knows that Seyson took it. So Bryn is going to cast sending on Seyson and is just going to scream, "Where the fuck is my dragon orb?"
Then you're walking down the middle of the street before someone shouts into your mind.
I'm gonna turn around and start moving back towards the hotel quickly, and just say, "I think Ruzid was playing with it."
That's really funny.
It is really funny. And have you ever known Seyson to lie?
I, under normal circumstances, no, but this, I mean, it would be in character for him if he was hiding it from me. Obviously, he's not going to tell me where it is if he took it. Yeah. Okay. Well, now 2 people could have it. Bryn is probably going to spend like a good half hour getting his equipment ready, and then he's going to try and leave the Magnificent Mansion and realize that he has no way of leaving because he has no teleport spell that will get him out of an extra dimensional pocket or take him to another plane. And
Real quick, I think we decided you can leave. You just can't get back in.
Correct. You can leave.
I can't.
It is not a prison.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's much funnier if he's stuck in there.
But he may believe he's stuck in there.
You can leave by teleport, I think.
He's a level 19 mage. If there's an entrance and he's not trapped inside, he definitely can.
Let's roll an Arcana check. Beat a 10.
Okay. Well, I can't fail that with the gem flower.
Then you're fine.
And yeah. He might leave and then realize he's stuck because he can't carry any of his stuff because his breastplate is like too heavy. So he's just gonna have. He's not even gonna have a shield. He's just gonna have like his walking stick and the gem flower and like his scroll pouch. That's not heavy. Let's see. We're leaving the backpack behind. We're leaving. Let's see. The orb is no longer in his possession. We're leaving the breastplate because that's too heavy. We're leaving the shield because that's too heavy. We'll leave just all this crap that we don't need. And Bryn's gonna leave the Magnificent Mansion with like just his walking stick and then find himself locked out.
All right. You find yourself in the middle of a corn cob stand with Coin, Ruzid, Tati, and some tiefling you don't recognize.
Seyson, where's Seyson? Wait, hang on. Has anybody seen Seyson? Good morning, by the way. I should have said good morning. Where's Seyson?
You're alive.
Oh yeah,
Seyson. Where's Seyson?
I don't know where Seyson is.
He left
Seyson just
yesterday with your stuff. He said he was gonna break an attunement.
Yeah. Well, he had 2 reasons for leaving. He was like, well, if I'm going to leave, then I might as well break Bryn's attunement. But the reason that he left, I think, was because Toddy threatened to force him to attune to a cursed item while he was sleeping.
I suggested that it might be a good idea to introduce them.
When you suggest things like that, Toddy, no one's gonna think that you're not gonna do it. Like, come on.
I mean, I was gonna do it.
So then
I was offered to do it. Like, I wasn't I was gonna offer to do it, really.
Okay. Where is Sason though? Like, where did he go? Which direction? Do you
We
know
don't
where he's,
know.
where he's staying?
He left. We were in the mansion when he left.
Yeah, so he just left.
Oh, okay. That's not helpful. Ruzin, he mentioned that maybe you were like playing with the dragon orb. I think he was just trying to throw me off, but
Is this
you don't
some
happen
sort of
to have
innuendo?
no. Do you have the dragon orb on you, just by chance? Maybe.
I mean, I wouldn't play with those type of dragon orbs.
I'm gonna. Is that a no? I really need to know. Is that a
I
yes or
don't
no?
have the dragon orb that
Okay,
makes
thank you.
dragons go towards it.
Cool. Thank you. That's all I needed to know. Cool. So where is Sason? I already asked that. You didn't know.
Maybe you're hungry or haven't had enough.
Yeah,
Oh,
maybe you're,
no,
you're not you
I-
when you're
I
hungry, you
just
know?
ate. I'm good. I just ate. There's lots of food in the mansion. So where is Sason?
You look honestly
exactly?
like a little wobbly.
Yeah, why are you so upset?
it's
I mean, like,
hard
wouldn't you be
to stand
happy
up.
that they got rid of the cursed item? No?
No, it wasn't cursed. I'm fully in control of it. I'm worried that if
See,
it gets away
that's
from
what
me, it's gonna
I
do
told
some-
him.
It's very
Okay, yeah,
uncharacteristic
thank
of
you.
you to get this worried about a cursed item being unpossessed from you. Sounds like you
I
were just
want- I-
cursed.
I need it to be
Well, I
close to
have
me so I can handle it.
Well, I have an idea.
Okay.
We have like a lot of questions about what's going on right now and Sizen, but also our ship and what's going on at that island. So I thought maybe we could go into town and find maybe a seer or somebody who can help us with that. I know the temple might have some, but the Longstriders Consortium might have someone with a skill like that. Or we could try. Maybe Judith has an item that would help us.
Maybe he just
Help
needs
us
an
look
exorcism.
Look for Sason, you mean?
Yeah, I mean, look for everybody. Like, try to figure out what's going on. I think we teleported away and then never really figured out what was happening.
Oh, yeah, the island.
Don't we need Sason back
yeah,
so we can open the door to the mansion so we can get all our stuff out of there? Like, what even happens if the mansion runs out of
Oh.
time while all that gold's in there?
Yeah,
I think
that's a
probably
great
not- probably
idea.
nothing
no,
good,
no,
right?
let's have him come. We can have him come back so we can open the mansion. Yeah, Bryn's gonna cast Sending again, and he's gonna say to Sason, just like totally pretending the last conversation didn't happen. He's gonna say, "Hey, Sason, the rest of us are locked out of the mansion. Can you come back and open it for us?"
The number you've dialed is currently unavailable. Please hang up and try again.
Oh, that's amazing. I'd give you my inspiration if I had it, but that's
Wait, can I get on the mic? Can I get on the mic?
Can you
I
cast
don't
that
thi-
spell?
I don't think so, unfortunately.
God damn it. Be a scroll? No?
We could get one.
Guess, but that's a lot of work.
I'm just
I just kinda
leaving
wanna grill
the
the
corn
shit out
cob
of
stand is a
Sason
lot
for-
of work.
I ate all that gold and it was painful as hell. And we're just gonna have it ripped away from us because Sison can't bring himself to come back.
It won't disappear. It'll just fall into the corn cobs, like right here on the floor.
Oh, okay. I thought it might disappear. That would be bad.
And I'm sure Sison's keeping track of it.
Well, you're a really smart arcane guy, Bryn. Like, what would happen? Would the gold disappear or would the gold end up on the floor? And be honest, I know
the
you have an
Magnificent
incentive to lie
Mansion?
to me here.
What? No, the Magnificent Mansion. If it goes away, I think all the contents are just spit out at the entrance. I don't think it disappears. Why don't we ask him? That's a good question. I'll ask him again. Bryn's
Oh,
gonna
are you
cast
sure you want to
Sending,
use all those
and,
spells? Okay.
Bryn's gonna cast Sending and try and contact Sason and say, "Oh, hey, just so you know, there's a bunch of gold in the Magnificent Mansion. We're gonna worry that it goes away if you don't come back and let us in, so we can take." This is way more than 25 words, so at some point the spell is just gonna cut off.
And would he go for a second spell?
He probably
it's
doesn't
fine.
notice. He just
Okay.
keeps talking
Just
in
keeps
his
talking.
mind.
Got
to,
it.
to nothing. Yeah. So
No, that's cool.
if you could come back and make sure we don't lose all the gold that we got. Also, there's a bunch of magic items in there. Do we identify any of those? That might be really really good. Yeah. So just call me back. Thanks.
This is the first time I've ever been actively worried about Bryn's mental state or just general state. Like, definitely not going back there. He is actively magic tweaking right now. It's not looking good. As a matter of fact, I'm wondering if I should skip town for a bit. I'm currently questioning which way to go. I'm gonna wait for now, but he's like peeking out the window and very nervous.
So you gonna take a chill pill or something, Bryn? Because you don't seem right.
What? No, I'm fine. Everything's great. We killed Sigeos. We got off the island. Everybody's alive. Well, not everyone. We lost Phelan. Okay, so maybe not everything's great, but like we're here. We're here. I'm here. I'm alive. I can breathe and do person things. I'm not a dragon anymore. That's cool, right?
Wait, that sucks.
You were a really cool looking dragon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, who's the new guy? Yeah, sorry. I'm Bryn. Bryn Jumpflower. I was sorry I wasn't here. I just overslept a little bit.
He's not normally this energetic.
Oh, yeah.
They call me
I'm
Hermenos.
actually pretty tired. Hermenos, nice to meet you. Are you here on business or just checking out the corn?
Not
A little
quite
bit of
either.
both. Okay. Hurtful,
So-
but all right.
You know, Toddy, you're part cleric, right? Right?
I mean, part cleric. I am a priestess. Yes.
Yeah. Could you like maybe do an exorcism on Bryn or something?
Hey, let's calm down. I don't need any exorcism.
I don't think he's
I'm not
possessed.
by anything. I'm not possessed by anything. I'm not charmed by anything.
He's not trying to
Look.
like climb into a box that's on fire or anything.
What was the phrase? Can't hurt us anymore? I don't know.
But actually, if you're worried about it, again, any of the places around town that might be able to help us with a scry, might be able to help us with a magical checkup.
Yeah, get Bryn to get his shit together.
Me? My shit
There's
is done, but
also-
look. I cast Wish yesterday. Do you know how tiring that is? I'm just.
That's
like,
why
just
we're
because
worried about you.
Yeah, you seem awfully energetic for that. That's what I'm getting at.
I'm just concerned. We've tied up almost all the loose ends. I just don't want the dragon orb getting away, and I just want it next to me, safely under my control, where I know it can't do any harm.
You do
Okay,
realize
then.
how weird this sounds, right?
I would like-
the silence by my impeccable logic. All right, let's go get Sason.
So I look at Coin. I'm like, Longstrider Consortium, Temple District, shopping, like Judith's.
Double thumbs up from the big.
No,
frog.
I was looking. Okay. Like in that case, I will loop an arm around Bryn's elbow and guide him into the street, and invite Hermenos too. Do you know Ryport well enough to give us some recommendations for someone that can assist with finding our lost people?
I know Ryport well enough to assist you by indicating that this is Nausha.
Oh shit, where are we?
We're in Nausha.
We teleported to a harbor. And apparently I didn't get a good look around when we landed.
You will notice the lack of wall out on the sea.
Now that you point it out, I do see that.
I love that every character is acting like they did just come from the Sigeos fight in terms of just being like completely mind dead.
In that case, could you please serve as our guide today, Hermenos?
On one condition.
3 questions?
Still have one in reserve, plus however many I may ask you.
Sure. What's your condition then?
However, I can help get Saphira out of this trouble that she's in. You allow me to assist.
Wait, Saphira? You know Saphira?
I do.
They go
And
way
just
back.
for a second, Bryn's bodyguard instincts are going to override his panic for the missing dragon orb. And
Zone of truth.
yeah, well, oh no, Satan can do a zone of truth. Hang on, are we sure we vetted this guy? Hang on, Coin.
Oh, Coin did
you-
for.
Oh, Coin, you asked him the 100 questions, right?
Well, 12, but
12? 12's not enough.
Abbreviated
No,
version.
you need to do
it was
100.
100 in value.
Okay.
Yeah, his questions were really shitty too. Like he tried to ask about the trolley problem and failed miserably.
What? Oh, that was a great. That's a great question.
No, I'm saying it is a great question, but he asked it in a stupid way.
No, I think the loopholes in the question are intentional. It tells us how creative they are, how observant they are of the intended plot holes in my theoretical. Is anyone buying this?
If Hermanos doesn't take the lead, then I'm going to guide us gently. Actually, also pick up the cart I rented yesterday and deliver that on the way to the Longstriders Consortium.
Okay.
Hops in the cart.
I guess I'll pull that for you.
Free cart ride.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you return the cart to U-Haul?
Sure. Yep.
Okay. Cool. They thank you for your rental. And they give
Fantastic.
you a receipt.
I feel good. I've never kept these.
As
And
it blows
to
away on the
consortium.
wind.
That's what I don't litter.
What do you do with the receipt then, Tati?
Just tuck it back in their own books when they're not looking.
Okay. All right. So, as you guys make your way towards that long, low brown building that's familiar, you guys see the sign outside that says "Adventurers Welcome." Ready to go inside?
Oh, it's open now.
If Bryn hasn't run away, then yes.
Has Bryn
No,
run
Bryn
away?
thinks Satan is probably at the Longstriders Consortium, so that's where he wanted
Makes
to
sense
go
to me.
first.
As a question, because this is the headcanon that I'm seeing, is Bryn power walking through town?
He's yes, like he's definitely encouraging the group to walk faster rather than slower.
Tell
Understood.
Toddy to walk faster. I'm in this cart.
They dropped the cart
I can,
off.
I can go faster.
Oh, I thought the
Well, that
cart-
was
well,
keeping us slower for a little while.
I assume before,
Did we leave
cart
the
drop
kid in
off.
the cart?
No.
We did not.
Okay. Because that was going to be funny as all hell that you left Reese with the cart.
U-Haul does a check before we drop it off for any last minute items.
True, we do.
Last minute-
That's what the
last
receipt
minute item.
says. Didn't leave any kids. Didn't damage the wheels.
I'm just
Did
a
their
last
32
minute
point
item.
inspection, right? All right. So as you guys walk into the Longstriders Consortium, there are candles that are lit. There's bread on the tables and chairs drawn together. However, you look around and you don't see any sign of Brad.
Wait a minute. Did we go out of time again? Are we in the wrong time again?
Oh, I mean, is Brad dead?
As you guys come in,
I pull out that wanted poster again. When was this posted?
you hear a voice. Hello? Hello? Oh, visitors. Hi.
Oh, hey.
How's it going?
You're running the place now?
No, just taking care of things, making sure that things are ready.
Is it Eva?
No, Olivia.
Olivia.
No, see, Eva hangs out with Wally behind the bar.
Oh, we won't disturb them then.
Ah.
Thank you. For the record, I love Wally. So, welcome to the Longstriders Consortium. You do look familiar. I've seen you before. Come on in. Make yourselves at home. I've made some bread, and we've got some fruit. Is there anything I can do for you, or help you with?
Oh, has Sason been here?
No.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Or
He was staying
anyone else?
staying somewhere else.
Oh, of course. A couple people have returned from way overseas, but not many.
Would they accept visitors?
I suppose. Miss Frost is upstairs.
Do we know a Miss Frost?
I don't think you do.
But that's good. Is there anybody magically inclined in the building today?
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Miss Frost is very magically inclined.
Oh.
And, Miss Leslie's upstairs as well.
I don't know if we would want Leslie's assistance with Bryn's particular situation.
Maybe with Saphira.
But you're the first people in today, other than them.
In that case, happy to be your third.
Make yourselves comfortable. You all have badges, I see. Except for you, sir. Are you an applicant or are you with them?
With them.
Oh. Well, make yourself at home. I'll get the application for you. And she's going to wander off, leaving you guys to your own designs.
So
I'm gonna
go
lean
visit
over
this
to
person?
Armenos and let him know you don't actually have to sign anything.
I don't generally believe in signing things.
Smart, very smart. Coin does all our signing for us.
So we're gonna go upstairs to meet this new person, or
I
I
think
don't know. Sason's not here. Let's keep looking. Where would he be?
well,
Where's
there are
Leslie?
people here that can help.
yeah, they can help you find Sason.
Yeah, good point.
Or Saphira. Or at this point, I think we lost Oshin too.
Or maybe your own sanity. Oh, did I say that? Sorry.
Let's go upstairs. I am really curious about Miss Frost.
Okay. So you guys go on upstairs here at the Longstriders Consortium. As you come upstairs, the reception desk here is empty. The normally large form of Kerfex is missing, and his little chair is tucked in. The paper's perfectly aligned, as if waiting for someone to take over the job.
If we lean over his papers, can we see where the guests are staying?
You can see that all the guests have checked out.
2 didn't check in?
Nope.
Huh. That's weird. Should we just try some doors?
Yeah, probably.
So, you guys go looking through the various doors. Awesome. As
Yeah.
you go opening some doors, you're going to look into the bedrooms.
Hello?
Oh, that one's empty.
As you go from room to room, each of these rooms is empty.
Wait, but didn't she say that there are people here?
As you get to the end of the hall, there's one door open, and you hear 2 voices coming from inside that room. One is Leslie's, and the other is a friendly voice that seems to be concerned with something, but can't quite make out the conversation.
Where's it
Would
notes on
like
the
to
door?
poke. Oh, that works too, yeah.
Hello?
Hello.
Adventurers?
As you come to the door, you see Leslie seated behind the desk there. And a second woman, significantly older than Leslie, sitting across from her. She turns with cheerful blue eyes, with a little bit of a knowing smile. Hello. Can we help you?
Yeah, we're looking for someone that can help us find some people. Or find out what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm Tati. We just returned from Sigeos' island.
Leslie goes, these are the heroes that we were talking about.
Hey, you're talking about us.
The blonde lady turns and rises, her flowing robes depicting various schools of thought and education. Bryn and Tati, at least, would recognize these robes as being that of a professor of the Grand Library in Shatter Shaddai. She smiles. I believe I recognize you. Bryn Gemflower it was?
Oh,
I have a good memory.
Yes. Clearly you have me at a disadvantage. Professor?
Professor Gert
showed up to
Frost.
class.
Professor Frost.
Chronomancy 101.
Oh, wow. I'm impressed you remember me. Sorry, I don't know what to say. We're in a bit of a hurry. One of our party members is missing. We
That's
came
not
back from the island, and he kind of ran off on his own. And it's urgent that we find him as quickly as possible.
And don't let me keep you. Let me allow you to gain haste so that you're able to move faster, as well as the long strider spell.
Can I tackle Bryn?
Please roll your
that spell
athletics
hits
check.
him?
Please roll your athletics check to tackle Bryn. Bryn, I need your athletics or acrobatics, please. Your choice.
It's Bryn doesn't see it coming, so it's just gonna be athletics.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh no!
Tati, you hit the door right next to him. You did not tackle him.
Wait.
Wait. Before you do that, can I have a word with you privately? Sorry.
She smiles. Of course. Can I help you with
Yeah.
something specific?
Yeah, just
Not sure.
private.
I don't usually talk to kobolds, but I'll make an exception.
Usually kind of gets on top of one of the desks and then kind of gestures for her to come over and
Okay.
whisper some stuff.
As you go to whisper in her ear, Leslie sits back and smiles knowingly.
So, yeah, Bryn's kind of having some trouble in the mind. I think something's messing with him.
Really?
Yeah, well, like he had this item that we think was cursed, and then the person that we're looking for took it away from him, and he's been acting really strange ever since.
Interesting. Do
I
you know
don't
what the
know, maybe
item
you know what
was?
It was an orb of dragon kind.
Oh dear.
I mean, if you know how to fix him, that would be great. That's kind of like the real reason we're here, not to find Saison. We'll find him eventually.
Well, an orb of dragonkind is nothing to meddle with. Why would he? Well, he did drop out
Desperate
of the
times
school.
call for desperate measures.
Yes. This is why we encourage people to get their degrees, so they understand magical safety. Well, unfortunately, there's nothing I can do.
Well, shit. Thanks for hearing me out, though. At least.
Of course. What is your plan?
I don't have a plan. I'm not a priest. I don't know how to cure this crap.
I'm not sure priests can cure this.
Maybe Leslie can.
She turns to Leslie and then turns back to you. Are you sure you want us to ask?
I'm not really sure I want to ask either.
Well, if I can't do anything and you don't have a plan, we may need to go for last resort. Miss Leslie, is there anything you can do to break an attunement that is affecting the mind. Leslie shakes her head. Short of preventing the person to be in possession of the item for 24 hours. No. Why?
Oh, I thought it was. Oh.
She gestures
Okay,
to
that-
Bryn. We have a case of desire.
Oh, it hasn't been 24 hours yet. I forgot about that part.
Did you
Well, I
ask
guess
them
that's all
about scrying on the island?
Yeah, oh yeah, could you... Well, this one we can just have a talk on. Okay, you know what? No more whispering. Bruce is gonna jump off the table and go back to the party. Okay, we're done with this. Let's just ask some more important questions like, yeah,
Yes,
you know,
can
the
you help
island...
us find Sason?
No, not yet. Island. Island that we were on. Did it explode? Is everything
everyone
gone?
okay?
What's going on over there? We can't really scry over there because no one with us knows how right now. But maybe one of you two could, or already know what happened. I presume all of you already know what happened.
Well, we know that the island did not explode. However, we did experience a significant blip with magic having ceased for 3 different pulses.
Magic ceased?
Like an
Yes.
anti-magic field?
All magic ceased in all of Toivoa, as far as we can tell, 3 times.
For how long?
The first time for 10 seconds, the second for 30, and the third for a whole minute. Did you not experience this yourselves?
Not that I remember.
Doesn't ring a bell?
When approximately, what time of day did this happen? I wonder if that corresponds to the 3 times we killed Sageos.
It was approximately 4 p.m. yesterday.
Is that, based on what the party knows, is that more or less the general time of day that we fought Sageos?
Yes.
All right. Working theory, that was his human form, his dragon form, and his primal dragon form. Ooh, okay. Well, it was just temporary though, right? Everything's fine?
As far as we can
What
tell,
did it
yes.
affect, though?
Everything.
There aren't, like, but I mean, you know, standing spells, the ones that maybe people rely on. Did any, for example, islands fall out of the sky?
We have heard reports of a tsunami that resulted near Shatter Shaddai, but everyone appears to be safe. The tsunami was only minimally impacting.
What about spells sustaining people, or spells that transform people?
Wild shapes ended. Polymorphs ended. Hastes were destroyed. Wards around the Sultan of Shatter Shaddai were destroyed. It's said that even the Lady of Shadows in Ochukvuk was corporeal for a time. All magic ceased in all of Toivoa 3 times.
But did it resume after the blip?
The magic is now accessible once again, but
the broken spells
the
are
broken
broken.
spells are broken indeed.
The guys had that much latent magic in him?
Sageos and Lady Frost here is going to be the one speaking. Sageos was a dragon of immense magical power. He directly affected the weave. And we believe, without information as to what happened, which you may be able to provide us with, that during his death he tore into the weave and siphoned the power to perform magical effects to which we are unaware of at the moment. We believe that the ceasing of magic during the combat is directly related to this. Did he do anything strange within his lair?
Well,
What didn't he
yeah.
do that was strange?
Yeah.
Everything about him was magical and terrible.
He was a human, and then we fought him, and we were beating him, and then a dragon erupted from him, and then we fought the dragon, and we were beating the dragon, and we were going to kill the dragon, and then a bigger dragon, yeah,
And the whole
really
room turned all
weird happened.
astral, and like it was like the whole universe was around us. It was kind of crazy.
Yeah, I don't even think we were fighting Sigeos anymore. I think it was just some kind of primal dragon that was left at the end. Just when he was in his dragon form, the first one, or the second form that we were fighting, a woman ran in, some kind of advisor or staff or someone, and he said it was too late, and then she said that he was coming, he was on his way. I don't know what that meant, some other kind of cleric or mage or something, but then Sigeo said it was too late, and then he exploded and turned into a bigger dragon. But I don't think that dragon was really Sigeos. It might have been his form, but it wasn't his mind. Because he didn't say anything after that. The whole room was just kind of a primal mess of energy. There was no floor. It just went on forever in all directions. And he was directing the bolts of energy at us from everywhere.
It sounds like you saw the raw and exposed weave for itself. The fact that you survived is impressive and to be commended.
Well, not all of us survived.
No? Sorry to hear that. Who died?
Toivoan.
Toivoan.
He was a Minotaur. He joined our party kind of at the last minute. Yeah, he got blasted off into the distance by some kind of blast from the weave. And then when the fight was over and the room went back to normal, all we found was ashes and his magical
disintegrated.
My condolences.
Yeah.
Such a fate is a terrible thing. But he died for a good cause, and you must remember that he is a hero.
Not disputing that.
Now, friend Bryn,
Ma'am?
your ally here, the little kobold, is concerned for your safety. He believes that during your interaction with Sigeos, you may have been affected with something that has altered your thought process.
Oh, well, I'd certainly feel like myself. That seems like a very important. That would be a big problem if it happened. But everything feels normal. I mean, was it because I cast Wish? I did wish yesterday. I had a potion that would make me turn into a dragon, and I wish that I would be able to control myself during it. And so I'm quite tired from that. But I understand that the consequences of casting Wish and wishing for something other than a normal perturbation of the weave those consequences are quite well documented, and what I have experienced is very it matches very well, lines up with what I was expecting. So I might be my body might be quite tired, but I think my mind is close to 100%.
The two women look at each other, and let's get you to roll a persuasion check, Bryn.
Alrighty. I'm quite good at those.
I know you are, and that's
Ruse
the
is
fun
giving
part.
him disadvantage.
Who is?
Ruse it is.
How's
He's
Ruse?
doing like that.
Sure is.
He's
All right.
doing
Like,
the head
Ruben's
shake.
looking at them
like, no,
are
don't-
you serious?
Don't
Like,
trust this guy.
All right, so
Yeah.
Bryn, because they are actively working against you, I would like you to roll with disadvantage. I don't normally do this,
Yeah.
but this one makes sense.
Yeah, no, they're standing behind him and just giving a thumbs down. Like, nope, this is not.
Put
This
some
is
bunny ears
not
over his
right.
head.
Can I get persuasion checks from anyone who is counteracting Bryn here? You guys need to beat a 25.
No,
Thank you,
you
Ruzin.
can't do it. Not that persuasive.
Thank you, Tati. Coin, would you be dissuading them from believing Bryn?
I did not really consider Coin to be here during this.
Okay.
You downstairs tasting the insects?
Yummy insects.
He
Yeah,
found a
pretty
big
much.
palmetto bug. He seems okay to us. Well, Bryn, I hope everything goes well. And if you do decide that you are having any negative effects, feel free to come by. We might be able to find some assistance.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, I'm just concerned because our last party member is holding on to a very volatile magic item, and I'm worried that if I'm not there to control it, something very bad could happen.
Ruzin's mouthing he's cursed to the like next to him.
Yeah, unfortunately,
so-
Bryn is more persuasive than you are.
Ruzin's still gonna do this.
I understand.
Bryn knows,
But they think you're the one
exactly
that's
how to
crazy.
sweet talk a professor.
Yes.
Bryn knows exactly how to sweet talk a professor into thinking that everything's on the up and up. So yeah.
The question is, does Walker know? I'm not going to ask that question.
Yeah. So I'm very worried about locating our companion. He was not with us last night, and we thought he might be staying here just because it's sort of our home base, our other home base in the city. But I'm quite worried. He's not responding to my calls, and anyway, that's our most pressing concern.
Then I encourage you to
there
try to
is
find
another one. Like, we did.
Oh yeah, Saphira. I forgot about Saphira. That can wait. She's not going anywhere. She'll be fine.
I mean, we don't always have the opportunity to ask people with this much experience.
As you say the name Saphira, Miss Frost, the pirate princess Saphira.
That's the one. I pull out the wanted poster. I mean, she doesn't really look like this.
Oh dear, what a caricature. How delightful, though. Someone's a fan.
She's got a lot of them. I pass the wanted poster back to Armenos. During the battle and the raid on Sageos, Saphira was separated from her body and her soul.
How did this happen?
He
Magic.
drew from a deck of many.
Miss Frost rolls her eyes, and Leslie is going to literally facepalm.
Why?
I mean, it could have worked out really well, though.
It did work out well. I mean, we got a new friend who then died, and also the person who has the wish isn't with us, right? Maybe it didn't really work out that well, huh?
That
Anyway.
doesn't seem like it has, no. I encourage you to find this friend of yours and protect Saphira, because there are forces who want access to her that I am aware of simply because I work in the college.
I'm surprised that she has fans at school, but I suppose that does track.
Oh, Saphira has many fans. The legends are spreading, and the fangirls and fanboys are, to quote a friend of mine, extensive.
I knew it. Any advice on how to go about finding a separated soul?
I'm unsure as to how you would find the separated soul short of using a wish spell, especially from a deck of many things.
I mean, maybe someone will recognize it. We'll put up some more wanted posters.
I encourage you to do so. And Bryn, if your friend is in possession of such a powerful, volatile magical artifact, you should really find him soon.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. Are we done here, guys?
She's going to
let's
reach
go.
into a pouch, and she's going to hand you a scroll. This may assist you.
I would like to tackle Bryn again.
You're going to try to tackle Bryn again? Okay, let's get another athletics check, please.
No,
Thank you, Bryn.
Stop rolling well.
Bryn, you are handed a scroll of locate person.
Hey, hands off!
Now Ruzin tries to grab the scroll from him.
Oh shit, that's gonna go a lot better.
Okay, Ruzin, got to beat a 19. All right,
Oh yeah.
Ruzin yeet takes the scroll from you.
Hey,
That was not very
Ruzin
nice.
felt
Please give
as
him back
a
the
student.
scroll.
Ruzin attempts to use the scroll and intentionally fails the check.
Oh no.
This woman looks at you. What are you doing?
What would be a magical incantation for that spell? That's also wrong.
Can I get a deception check for you to pretend that you're trying to cast this?
I'm just working on the spell. I have advantage because of my class features. Nope, that was terrible.
Some advantage you got there.
Didn't matter.
All right. I'm going to
Just
roll
now.
my d20, and while I pull up her character sheet, let's see if I have to. All right. So she looks at you. You are not a nice little kobold. And
What?
Got
her
that right.
hand flicks out, and
Oh.
I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw, please, as you are being
Is she casting a spell?
polymorphed. Yes.
You casting a spell? I counterspell.
Okay, so I need you to roll your spellcasting modifier. You got to beat a 17 because she's doing this at the 7th level.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dang.
Oh.
She looks at you. You are quite insolent. First, you
Why are you
ruin
messing with my spell casting? Chill out.
You are attempting to ruin a spell that I spent weeks preparing.
Okay, what would you?
Weak.
How about I just don't cast it right now and I cast it later? How's that sound?
Your friend is in possession of a volatile artifact, and you choose to delay assisting them? That doesn't sound like a very good friend.
You know what? I'm not a very good friend.
I think you're a great friend, Ruzid. And Syson's really good at handling artifacts.
Yeah, that. We're gonna go now.
I think that would be wise.
And then Ruz is gonna put the scroll away and in his bag.
They're looking at you, and you have earned their disapproval, sir. You have lost faction points here.
I was gonna lose him one way or another.
Yeah, your reputation
Accurate.
has dropped by almost 500 points.
That's a lot of points. Whoa, whoa, whoa! What's the scale here?
But started out really high. Defeating
Oh.
Sageos was putting you over the top.
Plus 10,000 points defeating Zacchaeus.
But yeah,
And
taking
you
the
stood on
scroll,
a table, so it all went there.
yeah, taking the scroll that was intended for Bryn and then attempting to intentionally fail it, and then counterspelling her when she tried to mitigate the problem. Yeah,
She's just embarrassed now.
she's not happy. Are you guys leaving?
Yeah, I'm gonna. I mean, if Armenos is all right with it, you'll head back downstairs.
Have a
I still
good
think we
day.
should try it.
Bryn, one word before you leave.
ma'am.
Watch the kobold. I don't trust him.
Oh, yep. He's watched. We're watching.
You'll learn
him.
that I'm right and you're wrong. Okay, it's fine. We'll have a discussion
that was-
tomorrow about it.
7 words.
All right. You guys can go down the hall in search of Sason.
Coin.
As you return downstairs, you find Coin. What is Coin doing?
I think he's just like talking up his corn cobs to the local residents, but he's not doing anything
Oh, outside?
particularly notable.
So he's doing
he'll-
marketing out front.
He's marketing. Yeah, so we're not open yet, but if you set your calendar for like 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, get at the door, bring at least 2 gold on top of the. Right. Oh, hey guys, you done?
Hey, Coin.
Yeah, meeting didn't go great.
Point,
No?
as a
They
question,
didn't
what
have a lot of
flavors are you
advice.
marketing?
A lot of bugs, a lot of dead bugs. I mean, I do have a list somewhere. It's
I
gonna
really
be some
like,
weird
the
chili lime.
one.
Yeah. Chili lime, lemon. Nothing too crazy other than like the fire ants and fireflies are gonna be a big one.
Butter is usually pretty popular.
I was hoping we could dedicate a full session to the flavor testing, so I'm kind of trying to save the best ones.
Thank you. I appreciate that so much. Why do I sense a taste test session with the Burly Earl in the future? All right.
And we
So they said that-
eventually. You go ahead, Ray.
I was just gonna let you know that they said the island didn't blow up, but that magic got broken a couple times, 3 times. All magic. So like any spells containing things, any spells sustaining things.
Glad we got out of there.
Lich is probably pissed off, as in, like, they're dead. Probably, maybe.
Maybe. If we're lucky, yeah, then any trapped souls got released and put where the. What if Saphira's soul got?
Wait, that would be bad, wouldn't it?
We don't know that her
I mean-
soul was on the island, though.
Then wouldn't
No,
it
the
just be
magic
gone?
broke everywhere.
Everywhere?
Everywhere.
How did we get out then?
That's what I was wondering. Maybe it's like
Maybe
a
we were-
shockwave where it emanates from the center, and so, like, we already were past the point at which the magic got disabled by the time we did our stuff.
I didn't feel unmagical when we got here, but I'll take their word for it.
Oh, also, and Ruzu pulls on Toddy's leg.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna gesture to whisper again.
Crouch down.
So, when did the orb get taken away from in the time? Do we know?
Right before we left to go
It's like
shopping.
by the time
So like
that
5
we
o'clock.
Okay, so five or six is what we're waiting for until we'll snap out of it. Hopefully. Just gotta stall for a little bit longer then.
Can we double check on where Bryn is at this moment? Just like look
still
over our
with you.
shoulders.
It's still, yeah,
Just checking.
Still with you.
Yep.
Come on, guys. Let's go. Let's hurry it up.
How do you feel about tying him up?
I could do that.
Can Misty Step, I think.
We can prevent him from casting spells.
Maybe we should just take him for a tour around the city.
Yeah, do we really need to go that crazy? We could just, like, distract him for a few hours.
Let's. Does Judith have a story here? She was on the island at one point, though.
Well, maybe we could start by stalling by having a nice meal here or something. Or, well, how long has it even been since breakfast? I don't think we fight.
Not long. We took a walk and then got into an argument with an old
go
lady.
to Judith's then.
We would like to try that, if it's possible.
Oh,
If the store's even here.
yeah, you guys
Yeah,
can
let's
go
go
over
to Judith.
You go to Judith's Intricacies and Oddities. As you guys
What is
approach.
this?
I'm sorry?
I have not seen this art before.
I've been working on getting you guys more art for the various places.
It's so cute.
Thank you.
I love it.
So, as you guys come up to Judith's place, you're able to open the door, and you hear the familiar jingle of the bell above the door You walk in, and Judith is there. As the scent of apples and cinnamon washes over you, you hear her smiling voice. You survived! Congratulations! Welcome home!
Amazing.
I'm so happy.
Thank you so much for joining us out there. That was so great.
Well, I do my best.
You rock.
So, how can I assist you today? Heroes of Toivoa.
Just trying to do some cleanup, really. We have some people missing. Some people separated from their souls. Some questions about this magic blip that apparently happened.
Yes, I
And I
felt
wanted
that
your-
too.
Do you think it's something that we should be concerned about?
I hope not. I hope it was only a blip due to the Sageos tapping into the weave. But I can't be sure. You understand? I've never defeated a dragon of his power level. He's an intensely powerful dragon with intense connection to the weave. I hope he's gone for good.
We hope so too.
It did look pretty final.
Well, that's good. So, how can I be of service?
Do you?
Well, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Just step all over Bryn. Do you?
For the record, we are going to clear this up. All our players are perfectly fine. They are absolutely having a blast. This is 100% in character, and these players are professionals. It's great. Go ahead.
Yeah. Everything's fine.
Professional player.
Everybody's doing great. Everybody's happy. Everyone's totally cool.
Because I'm getting messages. Why are they trying to kick Bryn out?
We didn't tie him up. We're honestly looking for proper assistance.
Yes.
So a lot happened. One of the things that happened is we found a deck of many things.
Oh dear.
and-
No.
Well,
You didn't use any of the cards, did you?
Oh,
all of the ones that were available. Yeah, we did.
I thought about drawing some, but Saphira beat me to the punch.
She places her gloves against her temples. Of course she did.
Yeah.
Hey,
We
what
were
cards did she
separated
pull?
from-
Well, first she pulled what was it? Oh yeah, she immediately pulled Dungeon and disappeared.
That's not good.
If you had any recommendation for how to recover her, or at least seek her out,
Well, you'll need to find where her soul is.
yeah.
You have a couple of resources available to you in that aspect. Primarily because she is such a famous person in Toivoa. You could call her even legendary, maybe a minor legend at this point in time, but in the future, her legend could grow.
Mhm.
So,
Oh, I guess
you
we
might
did quite a bit.
Legend lore?
you would want to try something like the legend lore to determine what lore might be out there that has not been heard yet.
That's so smart.
There's
Such a
also
good idea.
there's also a spell that has been going around. It's a little bit of a hedge magic that's been started down in a town called Briar Glen. And it's a cantrip that is kind of making the rounds. Have you heard of it? Murmurs of Moritas.
That doesn't sound familiar.
It's
Oh,
quite
I
the
might have
spell.
heard of it actually. Sorry, please, you know it better than I do. Please continue.
Oh, I've intentionally avoided it. You see, it can drive people mad.
The worst thing that could happen to us, though.
Perhaps.
What is the worst that could happen?
She looks at you. I'm unfamiliar with you, sir. Who are you?
You are, yes. I am Hermenos.
Hello, Armenos. My name is Judith. Welcome to my shop. Are you with them, or are you here on your own?
I'm with them for the time being.
I would encourage you to exercise
The
caution.
subject of this conversation.
You're in search of Saphira as well. She leans over to Tati. Is he a bounty hunter?
Oh, we didn't ask him that one. But we're pretty sure he's not an assassin. He might be a fan. I think he's a fan.
If you're a fan of Saphira's, she does shop here on a regular basis, and she purchases most of her magic items from me in particular.
That's true.
Of course,
But she doesn't loot anyway.
Exactly.
But when it comes to purchasing, definitely the purchases happen here.
So,
Now, are you?
good.
Is her judgment meant to be a positive endorsement?
Well,
Judith, great, Hermanos. You're gonna love it here.
indeed. Well, I would say that Saphira's judgment is exciting and exotic.
I think she would say the same.
So maybe if we went to Briar Glen, we could learn this cantrip.
Perhaps. I know that Mr. Verm here in town can teach it.
That's good to know. And while we're on the subject of magical items, I wanted to ask you, what are your thoughts on sentient items?
Well, my honest thoughts on sentient items is that too many of them exist that can cause voices in your mind to cause schizophrenia.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer to keep sentient items docile and muted for as long as possible. You see,
I worry they don't get enough mental enrichment.
I would agree, because most people simply use them as objects as opposed to engaging with them for stimulation of thought.
It must be really hard to be a sentient item.
Indeed.
And left in dungeons, left in boxes, and then used and left on corpses when your wearers are defeated.
Well, yes. But you don't have to cut them off at the knees in order to defeat them.
Mm-hmm.
I knew a sentient item once. Quite disturbing, and it's probably the most disturbing one I've ever known. It was a magic carpet. But not one that flew, but rather one that had a fascination with being walked upon, and would voice its appreciation of those who cleaned their shoes upon it.
I had a cousin like that.
What was their name?
Tram.
Well,
he had some kinks for sure, but I try to be pretty open-minded about any kinks that aren't negatively affecting anyone else.
of course. We don't want to kink shame, but as long as no one's being injured and everyone's consenting, I believe that nearly everything is fine.
It is shocking though to find somebody bringing a little more attention to something that you weren't even conscious of.
Indeed. It widens our minds, though. I recommend that people keep an open mind when it comes to new experiences, as long as it won't injure them.
So I have a new friend. His name is Spellbreaker. He's incredibly powerful. but doesn't get out very often. And I worry that no matter what choices I make, that I worry that his future won't have as many opportunities because he is a sentient item.
Interesting. So, are you?
I don't mind,
looking
of course, wearing him, but when I do, Spellbreaker is really designed for someone with a lot of arcane depth. And really the most I could offer him was some cantrips, and we did cast the ceremony spell a lot together.
Sounds like you had a good time.
We had the best of times. I don't want to let him down, but I don't want to put him in a position where he's left to rot somewhere again.
Well, what I can do is, if you'd like, I can provide him to an adventurer who would appreciate the company, some solitary wanderer who needs a voice on the road.
We should ask him.
Well, I would rather you ask him than me. I don't feel like I need any more voices in my head. Had enough over
How
the
many
years.
you got?
And fortunately, at the moment, none other than my own. But it's taken years.
Years? What were you getting out of your head?
She smiles at you. That's a very long story. For another time. And for another adventure.
I guess when you live as long as you do, there's a lot of voices that come in and out of your head.
Indeed. Be glad, Ruzid. You don't want to listen to this many voices for as long as I have.
There is some benefits to having just some silence.
Indeed.
I truly, I want Spellbreaker to have a good life, but I don't know if Judith can offer it.
Oh, I won't be able to offer it myself. I will be providing it to someone who could.
Yes.
Think of me as a matchmaker.
So I would like to do that. Well, I'll bring them out and set them on the counter and make introductions.
She looks at them and appreciatively. They're beautiful.
They are pretty pretty strong, pretty smart. They actually have fought against Sigales twice now. Lost once and won once, so they have a lot of experience.
Well. So, do you wish to sell them? Or be
Yeah, I know, I'm like
compensated?
5 seconds away from being like free to a good home.
So
yeah, if you can promise that they'll go someplace and have adventures, then I would like to leave them in your care.
of course. I will ensure that they make it to the hands of someone who will appreciate them.
And when it happens, if you could just tell me their name, because I'd like to hear their legends later.
Of course. And she's going to, with her gloves, move them off to the side and slide you a small bag of gems totaling 1,000 gold pieces.
Lee Crips.
All right.
You got any like fun kind of widgets in the store, like a toy or something? Something to distract for like a few hours.
She smiles. I do. I have a couple of fun little widgets here that may be enjoyable. She's going to go to the little curios section where she's going to show you several gyroscopes that spin of their own volition.
Anything you think Bryn might like?
Oh, I can't stay. We're actually looking for Sason. He's been missing for the most of the day. Well, all the day and some of yesterday, and it's starting to get a little worried. Kind of imperative that we find him. He's got some things on him that we really need to get back. There's a particularly powerful magic item that I have control over, and I'm worried about what it could get up to if it's separated from me.
Truly? Well, that's an important revelation. Well, I did see an elf with green hair travel past the window just about 2 hours ago. He was headed
which way?
west.
West. Okay, thank you. That's cool, guys. We should probably head out. Don't want Sason to get too far. Yeah, Bryn completely forgets that Sason has a face as a metal head with that's on fire, and would not have green hair right now.
Right?
Yeah. Cool.
Ready
Anyway,
to depart?
Bryn is gonna leave unless someone else stops him.
Rizard looks at Judith and says, "Can you do that thing where you lock down the door, maybe, please?"
Oh, you need me to lock the door?
Yeah.
Very well. And she waves, and the door locks. The windows close. The blinds shut. The room goes ominously dark.
He says to Judith, "You trust me, right?"
Judith begins to get a aura of darkness around her. Why am I locking my shop, Wizard?
Cause this Bryn fellow is I'm chasing after a cursed item, and I don't really want him to do that.
Hey, I think the door's locked. Can you let us out?
Bryn Gemflower.
Yes.
For your own good, I am going to consider the situation.
Sorry? The situation's... It's very important that we find Sason as soon as possible.
I understand you have a desire to find your friend. And this is related to a magical item in their possession.
Yeah.
And you believe that he is in danger? Is that true?
I think everyone's in danger. He's got an incredibly powerful cursed magic item, and if I don't get it back under my control, I'm worried about what could happen. I mean, we already spent the whole morning looking at the Longstriders Consortium, and he wasn't there. We've come to the shopping district, and he's not here. He's a strong guy, and he can take care of himself, but it's powerful magic.
He looks at you. What is this magical item?
A dragon kind.
She looks
one of the
at
bad ones.
She looks at you. Bryn, I know what these items can do. And I know that you are likely being affected by a desire to find it out of need. It is important that it be found tomorrow. I will protect the town of Nausea from any dangers. But you at the moment are exhibiting signs of withdrawal. Do you see that?
I can control the orb. We don't need to wait till tomorrow. I can cast spells through it. It listens to me.
It does listen to you, as does a dragon inside, listening and likely whispering to you. Have you heard whispers, Bryn Gemflower?
Absolutely. I mean, it told me to do a number of things, but I did those things because I wanted to, not because the orb was controlling me.
Wait, what did it tell you to do? You didn't tell us about this crap.
You didn't ask. Yeah, no. It was,
well, now I'm asking.
Well, it suggested that I hang on to the potion, it suggested that maybe I should take the potion of draconic form out of the bag, so that I could have it in case I needed it. It also wanted me to drink the potion, but I drank the potion because I wanted to, because the situation called for it. And it was worth it. I mean, it was right. We killed Sigeos.
Anything else it told you to do? Are you leaving things out?
Do you know
Out of character, I'm trying to remember. I think the only times the orb suggested.
There's one other, but Bryn glossed over it.
There was you're right. There was another one. I missed it because I wasn't looking at the Discord when Eric.
You also succeeded on the saving throw when we did that, so it doesn't matter.
I did. Bryn did succeed on all the saving throws.
Correct.
But he also did most of the things.
Indeed.
The orb suggested that the orb like politely suggested he do things like take the potion. The only time it actually commanded him to do something was to take the potion. And Bryn did succeed on the saving throw twice.
Yep.
And he did drink it of his own accord, but I think he's going to struggle to convince anyone of that in the current situation,
so,
even if it is true.
Even if it is true, which it is true, and because of the zone of truth in here, you guys know that she's telling the truth, and Walker's been playing this great, for the record. Judith is going to ask a question. Bryn, do you know who is inside the dragon orb?
Out of character, yes. I don't remember all of the names of the dragons. There were two bad ones.
We learned about this in character.
Yeah, no, I'm saying out of character. I don't remember. Bryn would know the name of the dragon.
Correct.
But Walker does not remember right now off the top of his head.
Either. It's not Oralindra. I know that.
No.
Yeah. So Bryn will say to Judith, yes, we know which dragon is inside, and we know his name and his motives, and maybe a little bit of his history.
Do you believe him to be benevolent?
No, I don't.
Then do you believe that a unbenevolent dragon in a dragon orb that can control your mind if you do not realize that you are being controlled could lead you towards evil ends?
Well, I see your point, and I don't disagree with your logic. But I don't see why it's relevant, because I'm in control of the dragon orb.
What makes you believe that you are in control of the dragon orb, Bryn, and that it is not in control of you?
Well, I can cast spells from it. I can channel its power. It listens to me, and also it has tried to force me to do things, and I didn't do them. I mean, I did them later, but I did them later because I wanted to, and not because the dragon orb told me to. I think. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Now, I have to be very careful. As a GM, I'm going to pause for a moment, because during Session 0 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago now, there was a request that we not go into drug withdrawals, and I want to make sure that we are okay going into this this discussion.
Everything's fine. I am not imagining Bryn as being like necessarily in withdrawal. He is just obsessed with the orb because the orb actually controls him and charms him. And so thank you. I appreciate you checking. But it's not. I don't know what it is about detailed descriptions of drugs that make me have to vomit.
That's fine.
This is very far away from that circumstance.
As long as we're
you asking. Okay. So yeah,
just checking in, because I knew that we would come to this point at some point, and if we do get uncomfortable, let me know.
I appreciate it. But,
okay. All right. So
I recognize the situation is very similar to what
the psychology that's going on is identical.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah.
All right. As long as you're okay, because I want to make sure that you are okay, and we're not going beyond where you want to be comfortable. All right?
Thank you for checking, but yeah, everything's totally fine.
Cool. All right. She looks at you, Bryn. Have you ever been around someone who was addicted to something and did not have access to it?
No, I can't say I have. I mean, we've come across addictive substances, and some of us have even used them. I mean, Isaac the Storm Sorcerer used Sood to his advantage during combat, but I certainly don't think he ever came across as being addicted to it.
She's going to come over and gently, very gently, reach out for your shoulder. Will you allow her to touch you on the shoulder?
Yeah.
Bryn?
Yep.
Do you trust me?
I do. I trust you. I just the things you seem to be concerned about are not in sync with the things that I seem to be concerned about.
Bryn, I am concerned about you. And if you are not concerned about you, that worries me. It worries your friends, which is why they are acting in this way right now. They've asked me to lock you in here for your own protection, and I believe that you are exhibiting symptoms of a curse that is controlling your perception of the situation. And I know it feels real. And I know that I cannot argue with your perception of reality at the moment. But I'm going to ask you to trust me in this case. I have never lied to you, Bryn Gemflower. Nor will I ever. I want you to trust me on this. I need you to stay here for the day.
I do trust you, and I know you would never lie to me. You've been nothing but kind and generous and incredibly helpful, and we never would have killed Sageos if it wasn't for your help. But
tell you what, Bryn.
What if it's true? What if I do control the dragon orb, and what if Sason took it away from me? Because I know he has it. Nobody else could have it. And what if it tries to control him?
Tell you what, Bryn. I'm open to being convinced. Will you have tea with me and convince me of your point of view?
Gladly.
All right. We'll have tea in here, and I will be an open ear for you. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I have some tea too? I kind of need some.
Of course. Would you like honey? Or sugar?
Honey.
Very well. Borges? Oh, he's still not back. Excuse me. And she's going to, keeping an eye on you guys, go over to the tea cart that Borges usually mans, and you see her begin to make tea. She sets out a folding table. Ruzin, could you get the folding chairs from over there and bring them over here so we can have a discussion with Bryn?
Ruzid gets the chairs.
Tati, would you like some tea?
No, I'm good still. Thank you.
Hermanos, would you participate in our tea?
I'm not thirsty.
Armenos and I could play cards.
Seatud coin?
Take the house.
Okay. Well. Now, Bryn, as she slowly and methodically makes tea over the next 15 minutes, she sits down very carefully and opens up a small cardboard box containing chocolates. Would you like one, Bryn? Your choice. As she withdraws one and eats it.
Thank you. Yes, I would. And Bryn will take a chocolate, and we'll eat it.
Bryn Gemflower, I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw, or you will fall unconscious.
Excellent. I want this to happen for the story.
I understand.
But I have to ask. Bryn has elven heritage, and magic cannot put him to sleep.
This is not magic. This is a drug.
Perfect. All right. Let's see. So,
otherwise, she would have cast sleep on you because it is on her spell list.
Yeah.
Yeah, surely she definitely knows. She still knows how to play this game.
Yeah. Oh, she's a much stronger arcanist than Bryn, which is partially why he's allowed her to convince him that something is not right. I think I just rolled this straight.
Yes, sir.
I have advantage on concentration, but this is not concentration.
This is not concentration.
I have resistance to fire and necrotic. Yeah, we'll roll it.
Yes, sir.
Bryn rolls a 15.
Bryn goes face planting into the table.
Perfect.
As he falls unconscious, she smiles and takes a sip of her tea, and then reaches over for the rest of the little chocolate that he ate and pops it into her mouth. Ruzid, she turns to you and smiles. When you're immune to the drugs that you administer to others, they always fall for it.
Yeah, you can't be put to sleep at all.
Oh, I can. A good book and some pitter-patter of rain and I fall right to sleep.
Okay, you can sleep willingly, but nothing can put you to sleep unwillingly. Right?
Not that I found.
Yeah, that tracks.
But, Ruzid, don't eat the chocolate.
Oh, but it looks so yummy.
Fine, eat the chocolate, Ruzid. It is tasty. Will you eat a chocolate, Ruzid?
Tolerance.
Is this what she said? Chocolate puts me to sleep, right?
Yeah, you gonna eat the chocolate, Ruzid?
I'm just gonna try to eat the chocolate anyways.
All right, Ruzid, your con save, please.
So confident.
You're shooting for a DC 24. Ruzid falls asleep, funk, right next to Bryn.
Exactly the same as Bryn.
I love that because Ruzid has 5 more bonus on his con save, and they equaled it. That was great. She smiles. Boys will be boys.
The Sageos fight really took it out of us all, to be fair.
I see that. So, as Tati and Hermenos and Coin are playing cards, Judith is going to observe and not comment on your play, but rather just smile and be calm.
I mean, you're welcome to join, of course.
She smiles. I have an unfair advantage.
Us too. I mean, I cheat, at least.
Not in here, you don't. She smiles.
It all comes down to your perspective of what cheating is in this game.
I love the fact you are forced to say that you cheat in front of Hermenos, who doesn't know that.
He knows I ran with Saphira.
That's true.
Yeah, like Hermenos would not have nearly as much respect for her if she didn't cheat.
Right. All right. So, as this is going on, and we have essentially mitigated Bryn for the time being, Sayson, you're hunkered down
Did
where?
Oshin just sleep in the sky today?
Yeah, where's Oshin? What the hell's Oshin doing at the moment? He's been up there for better part of 3 hours flying around.
Once I've successfully dispersed all the cloud writing, I would have just taken a nap on the carpet, hovering up in the sky by them.
Okay. Does Oshin roll in his sleep?
I know, that's so risky.
It's over for Oshin.
No, I think we have gone over his sleep habits in a much earlier session.
True.
He sleeps standing up, right?
No, it was face down.
I'm kidding.
and
I'm kidding.
He was.
He doesn't
sweating.
move much.
Right. It's face down. What, Asheen?
And his tail just kind of twitches.
Okay. Cool. So as he's face down and his tail's twitching, I guess your spread eagle on a rug.
Yeah, we can go with that.
I guess this qualifies as an airbed, right?
Mhm.
All right. As the
Hope it
air
doesn't turn
mattress.
into a water bed.
As long as he doesn't say the magic word in the middle of his sleep, he'll be okay.
Oh no, that would be bad.
That would be hilarious. All right, Sason, where are you hanging out today?
So here's the thing. I
Uh-oh.
went back to the hotel to lay low and hide. But things have been very quiet, which I kind of assumed I'd hear what the group was doing, even if I wasn't like a part of it, because they never actually take a chill day. And then Bryn's messages really put me on edge. Like, I have never heard Bryn like that, and I'm really concerned. The fact that he was messaging nonstop and then just went dead silent. Sason has come up with a plan, which first I need to confirm. Attuning to an item someone else is attuned to breaks their attunement, does it not?
No.
No, okay. Some things I'd read said yes, so I just want to confirm that.
No.
Okay, cool. If it doesn't, then never mind. He's not going to go with that plan at all. That's
Because
fine.
otherwise,
You
what
know that
happens?
Plan anyway.
What happens then is anytime that I want to steal an item from you, my NPCs tie you up, attune to all your gear, and you're screwed. You don't want that to happen. So I can't allow that because I don't want to break the game.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're
as long
hanging out
as-
with my gear for an hour, I assume I'm screwed anyway.
True.
Valid. Yeah, I just wanted to check because again, that ruling can go a few different ways. So if it's not like that, no problem. He is literally gonna barricade himself in his hotel room and listen for any sketchy sounds, like people are trying to, specifically Bryn or the party members. If he hears any of them, he's gonna open up another portal with the mansion and go inside and then close the door. If not, he's going to stay in that hotel room until 24 hours have passed and then go back to the corn cob stand.
Okay. Cool. So you return to the corn cob stand. Coin, did you lock the corn cob stand?
Well, the portal's closed, right? I think he would have locked it.
You would have locked it? All right.
But
So,
I will say, we never closed the window.
true.
We left the window open.
The window is
That
still
is
open.
100% valid. Jason, you come up to the corn cob stand, and one of the window shutters are open, and the window is swinging in the wind. What do you want to do?
Misty step inside with the face step feature.
You look around, you see none of your friends, and one of the tables has corn and ants all over it.
Nice.
Yes.
And I guess at this
Really
point, right about now, all of the gold and magic items should just appear here as the window closes.
Yep, and Bryn is not among them.
Hmm.
You know, I really can't tell if this is a win or a loss here.
So,
And
there's a temptation that I must wash past you just because I have to, and it's fun. Sason, you have presented to you all the loot of the Sageo's lair in front of you, all to your lonesome. No one will see you do this, and for a moment, this thought will cross your mind. You can chalk it up to the dragon orb, or maybe just the temptation before you became a paladin. You could take this all and ditch right now and live a very comfortable life. Retire. You could find that quest chain that we talked about. You could take care of all of that. There's enough money here to handle that with adventurers and mercenaries galore, or simply to buy your way to a resolution that is happy for you.
he just kind of like smiles at the thought because he kind of wishes that had been the life, the path he
Does he?
Because it would have been so much easier.
Is that the word you want to use, or do you want to think about a different word?
It's...
I don't think he wishes that.
No, okay. To be clear, I said also he almost wishes, but it would have been a very different lifestyle if that had been something he'd been truly tempted by.
Okay.
More of that crosses his mind as a like, actually, it's fine because I know the rest of the group will come for this, so I can just wait here and they'll show up. I have the ultimate faith that they're not going to leave this behind. And there's no world in which I would run off with this because, like, what would it get me at this point? The things I want, money's not going to buy me anyway.
Okay. So as the good in you shines forth once again, what would you like to do? Just wait?
I'm trying to think, do I have an easy... Oh, I know. I'm going to spend 10 minutes summoning my Pegasus.
Okay. Inside the corn
The
cob
corn
stand?
cob stand?
Right.
Yeah,
Pegasus famously love corn cobs.
Hey. My horse got destroyed multiple times in our quest to kill cicadas. He deserves some corn and possibly ants if he wants. His choice. You guys left it here unguarded. I'm going to summon him. I'm going to eat as much corn as you would like and pretend he didn't. And then send him out and have him circle up in the air.
Before we go out of the place, Coin, amongst the jars and corn, is there a jar of fleas?
Well, let me think about it. Yeah.
They were only his favorite snack.
All right. Because I
Probably
want to do this, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to roll 1d100. Do you want to go higher or lower to successfully avoid having fleas infect your Pegasus?
Lower.
100. All right. So your Pegasus does not knock over the jar of fleas.
I would have been pissed.
I'm gonna notice those at the last second.
We all would have been. He was gonna ride it and then get fleas himself.
Well, I would be pissed for a different reason.
And then everyone has to stand in his aura all the time. It would have been a flea-ridden aura. Like we all would have gotten fleas.
All right.
You know how hard it is to find a good jar of fleas?
Coin, I believe you actually collected those off of Ruzid for a while.
Coin probably took to and made his own colony separate from Ruzid. Like it's like an ant farm, but for fleas.
That's gross.
You're that guy that bred
How
so
to
he-
farm fleas? What the hell?
You would be extra pissed if you actually knocked that over now, because that's a personal project.
Right?
My curses.
All right. So, Satan, you bring your Pegasus out and go flying.
I'm actually gonna stay here. With
Are you gonna
the
stay
gold
here?
such. I'm gonna send the Pegasus up into the air and have it do circles above the building, high up enough that like people could see it from a distance.
Sure.
But not like, way up in the clouds.
Okay.
And I'll just kind of have him go up there for a while and see if he sees my allies or if they see the Pegasus.
They're coming for you.
An hour, maybe two.
You hear the cops coming for you again. Except for this time, it's in real life.
God, really gotta deal with that.
Stop breaking the law.
I tore off arms one time.
You sat with an incapacitated Saphira in a hat at an outdoor cafe this morning.
She would have wanted the fresh air.
I heard you tore the tag off a mattress.
Whoa.
It's Satan's deepest shame.
So, just for the record, I went and looked because, and I don't encourage you guys to do this, but you can get a jar of fleas, a small jar of fleas, in as little as 10 days.
Damn.
Why
Only
would I
10.
want that?
We should
Hey,
order that
Justin,
now.
what's your address?
Yeah.
What
I
would
won't
it
tell you,
cost to
but
get me
Eric
some
might.
bed bugs? Like,
Eric money.
No,
Sends us the
Is that-
anniversary emails.
is that-
for the
Sorry,
record,
Is
there
that
is
how to
a
lose a guy in 10 days goes?
no. There's a mailer going out for all campaign participants and Patreon people. Please
Yes,
don't
please.
post pictures of that, and it does not contain fleas.
I'll take your word
That's
for it.
exactly what I'd say if I was sending them, please.
There are no bed bugs in this. Feel free to open it up in your bed.
I sent
gonna
it
get
2 days ago
Post-
before this
Don't
conversation
post
happened.
pictures.
Here's my lice-free hat. Here you go.
Lice-free hat. Wow, that's dark. Okay. So, Jason, you spend the day here and it happens to just go on by. Oshin, how long was your nap?
I don't know, another like hour or so.
Okay.
I just would have, once the day was coming to an end, returned back to the corn cob, unless I saw the Pegasus first, which would have caught my attention.
Okay. Would you have woken up? What's your passive perception?
It is a 19.
Yeah, you saw the Pegasus. You would have heard it. So,
And then I would have flown back.
all right. So you rejoin Sason at the corn cob stand. Cool. All right. Sason, Oshin rejoins you at the corn cob stand.
Oh, finally! Where the heck is everyone? Like, okay, I didn't actually expect you guys to stay here, but I thought you'd come back by now.
I did.
You know, fair enough. That's hard to argue. Where's everyone else, though?
I was just about to ask what you did with them. They were here when I left them.
I mean, I specifically left them to like not be around them because of the whole dragon orb messing with mine thing. Which were you with Bryn? Because he was bugging out. I've never heard him like that.
No. I kind of left him because he was just. Where have you been?
You know, I was gonna tell you, but now I'm thinking it's a really good hiding spot that maybe I'll go back to someday if I need to.
Okay. Should we find the others? And have you met Hermanos?
Who?
You have so much to learn.
Listen, not all of us went to school, okay?
Well, that's a person.
Well, once again, how am I supposed to know that?
Well, if you were here, you need to stop wandering off.
Yoshi, do you want to tune to this dragon orb?
I'm okay. You should probably get rid of that before Bryn comes back, actually.
We should be okay now, but I'm going to be completely honest. With him in his super weak wish state, I feel like we could keep this from him.
Yeah, that's true. Do you want to get them back here? I don't really have a way to contact them.
Neither do I, and I just didn't want to leave a corn cob stand full of gold and magical items from a dragon's hoard that do things we don't really understand. I felt like that could have been a bad idea, so that's kind of why I was staying here. I figured everyone else would come back for it.
Well, yeah, that's fair. I suppose Coin wouldn't let that sit here for long.
I'm honestly surprised he's been gone this long.
Yeah, I'm a little.
I
surprised
think he
that
has a
was
sixth
unattended.
sense. You know, like when someone sneezes when you say their name. I think Coin felt that cash hit the ground.
Okay.
But who's to say how close he is yet?
All right. So while they're having that conversation, back here at Judith's Intricacies and Oddities, Judith looks at the party. You should be waking up soon. Does everyone feel like having a bit of fun?
Always.
What kind of fun?
We should all pretend to be asleep.
Like this?
And
Come on,
he
boys.
wakes up.
Do you have a bucket?
She smiles. I do, yes.
Okay.
But the idea
Where-
would be to be asleep when he wakes up in a position that you would not normally be asleep in.
So no
That'd be
back
all
here.
the positions for me.
She smiles. I'm sure. Well,
I would like to put myself in a position where I am trying to steal cards from Hermenos.
okay. Hermenos, are you going to
And
go
fall
along with
asleep doing
this?
that.
Curious. I'll go along with this.
Very well. She's going to rest her arms on the table and put her head down. Right as she sees Bryn's eyes begin to flutter awake.
Coin is sideways asleep on the ground.
Okay.
So has it been
And I was just
the
leaning back with his feet on the table.
Does Ruzit wake up at the same time, or is Ruzit still?
Yep. About 6 seconds later. So,
So
Bryn,
has it been 24 hours? Is
it,
the
at this point, it
Dragonborn-
has been 24 hours. It's going to be 7 o'clock in the evening.
Yep.
Oh God, my head.
She stretches.
Where am I?
Ah. Oh, I'm sorry, Bryn. The tryptophan probably caused you to fall asleep. But those who aren't used to my chocolates tend to fall asleep fairly quickly. My apologies.
It was really yummy, though.
I'm glad you liked it. But yes, Bryn, are you feeling any better?
I, in the way you're asking, yes. Thank you. I wasn't myself earlier, and I suspect I haven't been myself for some time. Oh.
Well, it's a pleasure to be of assistance. Court snores, ribbit, ribbit,
Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit.
Wait, you should thank me, Bryn. I told her to lock down the place.
Thank you, Ruzid. I appreciate you sticking up for me, because... Oh, and I embarrassed you in front of the professor earlier. I'll try and
Yeah, I
and
don't
make
think
up
they
for
like
that.
me very much anymore.
You were right that they were gonna find out that you were the one who was right and they were the one who was wrong. I guess I'm too much of a smooth talker for my own good.
Ruzid, you have heard the words that every man in all of existence loves to hear. You were right.
I don't
Well,
disagree.
maybe you should start by trying to clear my name in front of those two. I kind of don't want them hating on me.
Yeah. I'll do we still have that scroll, or was it lost?
I actually never got to destroy it. It's still in my pack.
I think we can give it back. I don't know if Professor Frost will still be hanging around at the consortium. Probably not, but it's worth a return trip. We should give this scroll back now that we don't need it anymore. I mean, we don't know where Sason is, but he was smart to hide from us. I could tell him where we are, but I think he's probably not gonna believe me if I say that I don't want the orb anymore.
Judith
On
is
that
going to
note-
speak up. Excuse me, you said Professor Frost.
Yeah. She was at the consortium earlier, and Ruzid kind of made an ass out of himself, but it only looked like he was making an ass out of himself. He was actually trying to convince them that I was not in a right state of mind.
I understand.
She gave us a scroll of locate person because I convinced her we needed to find Sason. So we never ended up using it, so we should probably give it back.
That's fine. However, I do request that you not mention me to that woman.
Of course. Absolutely. I will.
Thank you.
I'll keep
Can I
your
ask
name out of
why?
it.
Or will you not tell me?
Let's,
will tell
let's
you.
not pry. Oh,
Well, she's a
okay.
racist.
No, Gert Frost is a
Like, she is-
chronomancer who likes to meddle with time. And I don't exactly want her meddling in mine.
Seems
That's
pretty
all.
fair and reasonable. I won't tell her about you.
Thank you. She waves her hand, and the blinds open, revealing a sunset coming through the windows, and the door unlocks.
Should be enough time. This should maybe still be in the consortium. Maybe. We can try.
So, Judith, what
Yes.
should we do with the dragon orb? I'm guessing Sason may have found a way to dispose of it. We were hesitant to try and shatter it because we didn't want to free the dragon within inadvertently. So I doubt he's done that. If he still has the dragon orb, what, in your opinion, is
Maybe
the
you could be
safest
the
thing to do
curator.
with it?
I believe that the dragon orb, if it contains a malevolent dragon, should either be maintained in a secret place where it cannot be found, which I suppose doesn't actually exist, but could be used to unleash the dragon in a place of strategic importance.
What do you
We
have in
considered-
mind exactly?
We considered doing that ourselves if it actually came down to it. Oshin, we've put dangerous stuff in demiplanes before.
I
It
would
wouldn't be
not
the
put
first
such
time.
a powerful dragon into a demiplane lest they teleport out. I would recommend something like the Hells.
All right. That's might be easier said than done, but I did ask the question, so I appreciate your
Field trip?
honesty.
So you're
Maybe.
not into being the curator of the orb.
I have a distaste for objects that directly influence my own psyche.
I mean, you're not gonna equip the thing.
She's a dragon, remember?
Oh, yeah.
It might have something to do with it. Let's
Literally, you can cast Call Dragons while you control the orb, and it extends for 40 miles. Evil dragons in range are compelled to come to the orb as soon as possible.
You're not
Dragon
evil.
depends on someone's perspective.
Well, in any case, I mean, if you're the owner of the orb, then no one's gonna be calling it on you. That's all I'm saying.
I am not going to attune to the thing.
we wouldn't ask you to.
I wouldn't ask
Remind me
you to. I
where
was saying if you were keeping it for safekeeping so no one else can. But hey, if you don't want to touch the thing, I respect that. Or
Thank you.
have it in your possession.
Remind me where we found it? Was it in the library?
It was in
Yes.
the library.
Okay.
The Great Library
think
of the
if-
Dragon's Sword.
I don't think we want to just put it back because if we were able to find it, someone else will be able to find it. It's not exactly a secret place. It might be hard to get to, but all right. Well, we'll give it some thought.
Coin?
I think. Yeah.
Yes,
ahead.
Coin?
Coin says, ribbit. I'm awake. I need to go. I sense my currency is exposed. And then he hops away.
All right.
Can I, because we were playing cards, can I have put the bag of gems worth 1,000 gold pieces into the pot
Sure.
and then played a game with a pirate
Sure.
and an entrepreneur and myself in
Uh-huh.
a place where we can't lie?
Of course.
And
All
then
right.
I just want to see how it shakes out.
Sure. Can I get you guys to each roll 1d100 and we're going to determine who wins by who rolled the lowest?
All right.
Oh my
Thank you,
God.
Hermanos.
Coin's in on this, right?
Yes, sir.
100.
All right, Tati, you get to keep your bag of gems.
Can I roll my lucky?
Yes, sir.
I can't. It's a 1d100.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah? Okay, DM said I can't.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Man.
I don't usually do that, but for cards like this, yeah, why not?
All right, coin hops away.
Okay. The fact that he rolled a 100, man.
That's really funny.
He was not ready for Judith's spells.
Nope. All
He
right.
just kept trying to lie and ended up not being able to say anything.
Just kept telling the truth.
I have 4
I
aces.
thought you were bluffing.
Because no one told him that he can't lie in here. Yep. Oh man, poor Hermanos. I'm so sorry, Hermanos.
We come off looking like the
it's
best
like-
card players ever, and
Yep.
he has
Yeah.
a great, expectation of us now.
Yeah. What are you gonna say, Hermanos?
I was going to say, like, what better introduction to the party than like rolling a 100 when you're supposed to be rolling low?
Right? Isn't that the
You're
first die roll
still
you've
the train
done?
wreck somehow.
Isn't that Hermanos' first die roll, period?
Might be.
Not technically, because I rolled Constitution saving throws on the handshake with coin and
Okay.
on eating the corn with the fire ants. on it.
Understood. Okay. Well, still. All
We'll
right.
count this as one of the his first important ones,
Yes.
so
Understood.
Exactly, yeah.
definitely
First one that
count
matters.
this as part of the train wreck, but in the most ass backward way possible.
Indeed. Absolutely. All right. So you guys head off into the town, going back to the corn crop stand, following Coin in his nose, which he doesn't have.
So you're following his foot tracks, that's for sure. He's kicking up dirt.
All right. As he pulls a Speedy Gonzales, you guys can arrive at the corn cob stand and find a Pegasus circling overhead and a window open.
It's not inconspicuous at all. Coin hops through the window.
All
Like
right.
dives.
As you dive in,
Also,
Knocks on the door.
you knock
clamber
on the
through
door.
window.
Okay. You guys find Oshin and Sason here.
I'm not opening the door to a random guy I don't know.
Why? It's
Oh, that's
the fire.
Armenos.
Can you not see them through the window?
Listen, any regular member of the party would come through the window. We know this. I don't know who that guy is.
I'll go let him in.
As he says that, Ruse is jumping through the window behind Coin.
See?
We open the
Eric.
door and let Armenos in.
Yes, sir.
Given we had done a long rest,
Yes, sir.
Coin probably slept in the coin pile, let's be honest.
Yes, sir.
Would he have an idea of how much is there, or is that still an unknown?
Let's roll an insight check.
I'm fine with either, just to be clear.
With a
just
13,
curious.
a lot.
It's a lot.
Weren't you 1/3 of the way through counting it last time?
Yeah, and it scrambled because it got shoved out the portal. I gotta start over now.
Oh
I
man.
love that slight whine at the end. That was great.
Why did you guys leave?
Well, we were hungry.
The place can make food.
We wanted pasta and garlic
They can
bread,
make pasta and garlic bread.
but not like Juan Carlo can.
It's not the same when you make your own food. It tastes better when someone else makes it.
I don't think
Besides,
you
we
really
had to do
explained how it
a
works.
funeral service for Foilan.
You did the funeral without me?
Yeah, we did without Bryn too. It was really
You
good and
left.
moving.
Wait, you guys did a funeral for Flaylon without me?
Oh
Yeah,
shit, you guys were hey Bryn, how you doing,
Oh.
buddy?
Yeah, sorry. Look, I'm sorry about this morning. Thank you for taking the orb away. You were
Right.
right. I was controlled by it. Not to panic you, but is it safe? You don't have to tell me where it is if you don't want to, but do you know where it is?
Lost it. I'm gonna look at him closely.
That is a serious problem.
Please roll a
I hope
deception
you're
check, sir.
joking. I hope you're joking.
Wow. Your insight, please,
He's
Bryn.
actually a very good liar.
Yeah,
He just doesn't do it often.
Struggle, yeah.
Ugh.
If you threw it in a if you threw it in a river or something to get rid of it, like I don't blame you, but maybe should someone go get it?
You'd want that, wouldn't you? You'd want to come right back here.
No, actually. I'm not sure I should be close to it right now or ever, but I do think that we took it from the library, so we should be responsible for it. There is a very malicious and powerful dragon contained in it.
There's something I need to return to the library too. I kind of promised I'd bring this tome back.
Well, no, I don't think we should return the orb to the library because I think it's too easy for someone to get it. I think Judith, we just came from Judith's. She put me to sleep for a couple hours just to, well, you know.
Should we just go throw it in a volcano or something?
I don't think we should do anything that might damage or break it because if the dragon inside might become freed, I think we have. Judith suggested we take it to the Nine Hells. I don't know how we would go about doing that, or where we would, where in the Hells we would leave it, or with whom.
Wouldn't we be just as worried about it breaking there as somewhere else?
That feels like the worst place. That would feel like the place where the most people want to get the orb.
I'll be honest, I have not given any thought to disposing of the dragon orb. But I do think it is our responsibility for having taken it. Even if we didn't really end up using it to defeat Sagaeos, but we still took it, and I don't think we can put it back safely. So I think we should at least be responsible for it. I did suggest we dump it in a demiplane, much like the big first rock on that slaver ship that we disposed of, but Judith said no because the dragon might find a way to teleport out of it. Anyway, so look, I get it if you don't want to answer that question around me, but I do think someone in the party should be aware of where it is and have an eye on it.
If
I'll tell you
Sizen
what.
dumped it in a river, he should go get it.
I'm going to cast Zone of Truth. Bryn, would you like to succeed on the saving throw? Or would you like to attempt to succeed on the saving throw?
I'm going to ask him to attempt it regardless.
Oh, okay. Bryn will attempt the saving throw. Bryn scores a 29 on the saving throw.
Cool, thank you.
I am going to submit my 7 I had saved from the start of the day.
Ooh,
smart.
Okay, so you got an 18 total.
Which shall be a failure.
Plus 5.
Oh, I'm not giving that to him at the moment. Respectable, very respectable. But, Bryn, are you currently under the influence of the dragon orb in any way?
I believe that I am no longer under its influence.
Were you ever under its influence?
I strongly suspect that I was.
What did it make you do, or try to make you do?
That is difficult to say. I know that it wanted me to take the potion of draconic form out of the bag to have quick access to it. I think that was just its idea. I don't think I was compelled to do that. It tried to compel me to drink the potion twice, and it was a little more forceful, but I am fairly confident that I didn't drink the potion because it asked me to, and I am pretty confident that I drank the potion because I felt I was about to die, and I wouldn't be much good in the Sagaeos fight if I were dead. And that was it. That's partially why I thought that I was in control of it, is because I was able to cast spells through it. I realize now it might have just let me cast spells through it without actually me controlling it. And it didn't actually ask me to do anything until we made it to the library in Sigeos's lair. I think that was the first time it actually tried to influence my actions. But I suspect I'll be reflecting on that part of our trip for some time, and I may never fully know the answer.
If I told you where the dragon orb was right now, what would you do about it?
I'm not sure. Part of me wants to see it to know where it is, but I also don't think I should see it. And so I would probably, the best thing to do is probably just trust you with it, unless you asked for my help doing something specific. There is, I mean, we could try and have someone in the party control it again, but I'm not sure that's the best idea. Actually, I think it kind of is a good idea, as long as we are more careful about it this time. It did save our lives multiple times with death wards, but I'm not 100% sure if... I mean, we have other ways to get death wards. I guess I'm saying I'm not 100% sure what I would do if you told me where the dragon orb was, but I'm pretty confident that I wouldn't try to abscond with it. Because at the moment I'm feeling sort of torn between the desire to never see it again and my sense of responsibility for having taken it and set it loose in the first place.
Alright, that's fair. If you were going to get married, which member of our party would you have as your best man / woman?
Oh dear. Well, Tati would probably be the one officiating the ceremony. That's a really good question.
I think it's clear.
I might. What were you expecting? What were you expecting me to say?
No, I was just curious. I just wanted to see if you'd start spiraling in it, as I imagine you would as normal Bryn. But if you're still possessed, you'd find a way to work back around it pretty fast.
Bryn, oh, that's a very good point. Who would be the best man at Bryn's wedding? I mean, Ruzin's been a bro. We can't dispute that.
Saphira in her unconscious state.
I think Saphira is a contender, but she's not in a shape to do it right now. So, I mean,
you'd want Saphira to throw the bachelor party, but not to keep track of the rings.
Yes,
that's true.
Honestly, I feel like Corn would make a good one for it, because he's the perfect mix of fun but also responsible.
I think he's a good ring bearer.
He's got the administrative sense of...
You would just keep the ring in your mouth.
Until he tries to do like a ring trick and flicks the thing to the other side of the gun.
Oh, wait, that's a good point.
Facts.
Bryn, hold your finger out. I'm gonna run to the other side of the church.
I'm imagining Bryn is standing at the altar opposite some shadowy spouse-to-be that is undefined form, and Coin is standing behind him, and just like Tati asks for the ring, and Coin just like pulls it out of his throat, and it's just covered with slime.
That's what I was going to like right under the tongue.
Slides right on.
So gross.
Pre-lubed for your pleasure.
Yeah, it is
Wow.
lubricated.
You went there, Tati? God dang.
No.
I didn't
thing-
tell you where to put the ring.
Damn.
You shouldn't have made me
you
the
already
wedding
have
planner, too.
inspiration, damn it.
I'll pull out the dragon orb.
Okay.
Before you drop the Zone of Truth, I had one other question for Bryn.
Oh yeah, go for it.
When does your next book come out?
I haven't. I've never written a book. I kept journaling notes for a while. Oh wait, this is about that book of tales, isn't it? No,
I want Tales
did
Part
not.
3.
I did not. Part 3. There were 14 of them.
Oh,
I,
Part 15.
Oh, you would know that.
Like the author would
yeah,
know.
I paid for them. Of course, I know.
It's
how many
incredible
there
the level he went. He cast spells to mess with his own memories that could lie in this. That's wild.
were.
Oh, so you pull out the dragon art.
Oh dear.
Yeah, just
Well,
hold it up.
Bryn, you look at it,
yeah.
and you sense a tug, a desire for the thing. Do you resist?
I don't know. It's. I know I can control it. I know I'm capable of it. But am I? Do I know that I'm capable of it, or does it want me to think that I'm capable of it?
I'm sending my paladin aura good vibes to try and bolster you as much as I can while watching this.
I'm not sure I'm to be trusted with this. I think you'd better put it away.
Call. Want to see how you'd react, and I'm glad you seem to be back as much as you can. Just worried about you. I'll put it back in the pack.
I'm a bit worried about me too, to be honest. I was so confident that I was in control of it. And well, that's a life lesson, I guess. Things could have been a lot worse. I turned into a dragon. I like to think I turned into a dragon because I wanted to, but I lived to tell the tale. We did get some good death wards out of it, so I guess all in all it was probably a net positive. But
Hey, everyone here is alive. You know, what can we ask for? We went up against Sagaeos, where we kind of expected maybe not to come out the other side. And then we threw in a cursed item, maybe two, I'll glare at Tati, into the mix at the same time. And, you know, here we are at the moment. Things aren't going to be perfect, but we came out of that.
You're not wrong. If I could go back and do it differently, I'm not sure that the outcome would have been any better. But on that note, where did you take... is there I guess we don't really have any remains of Fuelan. Was it just like a quiet ceremony, or did you...
No, it was a really good ceremony. And there is a memorial coin carved a marker up in the cemetery of Imkale. We kind of took over, but they were real nice about it. They let us, and they even let us borrow a thread painter, so Forlan got a mask done.
That sounds really sweet. I'm sorry I missed it, but thank you for letting me rest. I clearly needed it.
We can go visit it later, Bryn. I hadn't seen it either. I'd like to thank him for all he did. You know, he shot me with a couple arrows, but all in all, he really helped everyone out.
Well, now that you've dealt with the you got all that orb stuff on your mind, maybe you can write about it in part 15. Write about dragons.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I have no desire to see those books ever again. I
was looking forward to your chapter on orcs.
Why would?
Yeah, sorry, not to break this down, but
they have
who
tails?
the fuck are you?
Well, yeah. How do you know about the book?
Tails were mentioned.
Oh, okay. I mean, fair.
Obvious.
Those are in every library. Doesn't matter where you go.
I guess in that way, Bryn is more notorious than Saphira.
Pretty
And
messed
we got
up.
some ideas on how to find Saphira.
Yeah,
Although,
Professor Frost was pretty confident that we would only be able to find the gem with a wish spell. So unless someone just happens to, I mean, the gem has to have. I don't know if it was created or if she went into a gem that existed already.
Specifically says the wish spell won't work, doesn't it?
Well, it says, I
Couldn't
mean, the
find
wish
her.
spell will let you find it. But she seemed to say that was the only way. So unless someone we know happens to come across it and somehow learns that Saphira's in it, we might struggle
A
to...
couple options, I think. So, Judith had some ideas. Because Saphira is so famous, something like legend lore might help, or this other spell that we haven't heard about. I've never seen it. Murmurs of Moritas.
I'm glad you're
Anyway.
paying attention. I clearly my thoughts were elsewhere.
There's also, again, because she's so famous, if we started putting up our own wanted posters, and maybe use some of this, and I do the chink 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 with the coins, we might be able to get some news from whoever stumbles across it. Her soul, I mean.
Well, we do have our no shortage of cash after that raid. I see no harm in using some of it if we think that it would help us get Saphira back. Has our new
this
friend
bounty,
been told?
200,000. Yeah, so Armenos saw the wanted poster for the 200,000 gold, and
This
that was pretty
person-
effective.
He's not here to collect it, is he?
No, he said not.
I'm aware that it is no longer able to be collected for more than one reason.
Great, so why are you still here?
Because
Are we sure that
I do not
Salty's
wish
the
for
one that died?
Saphira to be in the position she's in.
You're one of my friends.
Hey, maybe it was like a sort of swapped in the crib sort of situation with the simulacrums.
Yeah.
I didn't really know Saphira had active people looking out for her, I'm gonna be honest.
It has
But
very
us.
few. The fact
I
that
mean,
you-
us.
I mean, I
Her
welcome
crew,
you
her
to.
old crew?
the six of you together looking out for her may be the most that she's ever had at once.
Well, I
tried
welcome
our
you to
best.
turn it into 7. My attention is getting cut 3 ways these days. I would not hurt having someone help figure out that whole situation.
There's more than
I don't
just
mean to put
us, too.
Damper on Hermanos, but we usually take shifts. We don't kind of all look out for her at the same time. It's a bit exhausting.
I assume you must sleep at some point.
Exactly.
Rarely ever.
Pardon me for being,
Elvish company accepted.
cautious. it's just the first time I met Saphira, she was immediately assassinated by multiple people jumping her. You just show up when she just so happens to be at not her best, which often happens.
What do we have?
Oh.
So, do we know where to even start looking to resolve that? Because I'm gonna be real, nothing comes to mind for me.
We could start with a legend lore. According to my character sheet, I can cast it 5 times a day, and that doesn't seem right. Pretty sure it was
It's like
once
an
a day.
hour, right? I mean, I encourage it, but what are we legend loring?
Once per day. Saphira and her
Saphira.
legend.
Would
Do you
we have to
remember when we were in the future and we saw Saphira's future crew and how many people reported to Saphira then? Will
Hmm. We'll have, yeah, I recall.
Wait, but by us
Her-
seeing that and being in contact with Saphira, couldn't that potentially alter the outcome?
Sure, but it also, shows that her legend is going to explode.
Yeah, I can agree
Well,
with that.
If we're looking for a specific legend, then could we legend lore her soul gem or something like that, or whatever her soul's trapped in? Would that work? I can't cast a spell, so I don't know specifically.
I think we can keep trying for a while for sure.
I could also try to, I don't know, go poke around the astral plane. I don't really know much about it, but never done it before.
What are you gonna do?
I think
Ask the
that is
locals?
really cool.
Yeah, quite
Yes.
literally. I'd probably just ask the first people I
That's
saw, hey, do you know how souls work?
What a
That's
conversation
great.
starter.
If there was ever a soul expert, they're probably in the astral plane, fucking levitating over a bed of nails.
Or at the
I also think
cobblers.
that the temple district would have some soul experts.
That too.
What'd you say, Hermanos?
Or at the cobblers.
I got it.
Funny guy.
At this rate, I'm never going to be able to actually work at my own corn cob stand if we're constantly. Oh, Sheen, coin turns to you. Can you still make simulacrums?
Why not just hire somebody?
Hold on. Hear me out.
Yeah, I can.
How long do those things last?
Until they die. It's kind of like this.
Okay, would you be willing to make one of me?
If we have the components, I'm more than happy. It'll take a day, so we'd have to take some time to, like, put off finding Saphira, but...
Okay, because I got a vision for this place, and I'm not going to be able to be here. Or can I? Stay tuned. Coin turns to the camera.
Stay tuned until next week.
Right after this ad break on GM Eric.
So, this is a great spot for us to actually go ahead and let you guys figure out what you're going to be doing next week. So, what we can do is we can go ahead and end it here, and I'm going to ask you guys to stick around for a few moments so we can discuss next week. But this is a great pausing point as you guys are trying to figure out how to move forward. So, as always, guys, thank you so much for choosing me to be your GM. There's a ton of great ones out there. I'm always thankful you choose me to be yours. Check out the Patreon. Check out the YouTube channel. We've only got a couple followers left before that's over 3,000, which is going to be great. But have a wonderful week. Please stay safe. And we will catch you guys on Friday for the Friday Night Lights as they are wrapping up this next campaign arc. It's going to be kind of fun. Otherwise, guys, yep, they're fighting the drow that poisoned Neve Dorcatus. Should be fun.
Ooh.
Yep.